Road, another crash causing delays at Woodville, Cheltenham Parade near the railway line. Camera, Coventry Road, Cudler this afternoon. Fantastic Furniture Spend and Save is on now. Spend 500, save 60. Spend 1,000, save 150. Spend 2,000, save 400. In-store or online, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
I think we got Phil on the line. G'day, Phil.
Phil.
How you going, boys?
Excellent.
Where do you want me to start?
Oh, yeah, it'd be a long list, Phil, wouldn't it?
Oh, blimey. But the father-son rule, it's an absolute farce.
Yeah, I don't like the fact that there's different criteria for each state.
Yeah.
That always has worried me. But what else can we change about it, Phil?
Oh, it's just one rule. One rule for everyone.
Yeah, I think that's fair.
Makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'll try and
It's
fit
too
that
obvious.
one in, mate.
It's too obvious for him, Phil.
Yeah, terrible.
Maybe.
And how about neutral umpires?
Yeah,
Oh,
as
how do
in
you get
neutral
that?
state? Neutral state, or...
That's right, yeah.
Well, 80% of them are Victorian, so that's going to be hard.
I'd like to see them
Yeah.
train together.
But you know
That'd be
who?
a starter.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But we might ask him, are the umpires still... What was the quote, Sam?
The best they've ever been.
Best they've ever been. That was a year on. Are
As
they
good as
still
they've
the
ever been.
best
Yeah, that was-
they've ever been? Hello, Ken.
Didn't age well.
Oh, good day, boys. Yeah, just a bit out of left field, not so much a football question as ask Andrew Dillon why they insist on the halftime entertainment being overseas act. We're promoting Australian rules football, why aren't we promoting Australian talent?
Homegrown.
So the Snoop Dogg, the big Snoop Dogg, is he on before the game or half-time?
Before the game.
Okay.
Yeah, the pre-game, bit like Robbie and Kiss.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. So Katy Perry, when did she perform
Before
that?
the game.
Before.
Oh, she was before.
Yeah, she was
most
before.
So there's nothing at half-time.
The big act is normally
Oh, it is
the
too.
pre-game.
Yeah.
What am I? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So the Snoop Dogg is on before the game.
They tend to have like the
Yeah.
sprint at halftime, maybe a
they
small
do
music act,
too.
but it's not really a big
I
one.
should have known that. No, Ken, we will ask that. That's it. Well, I'm going straight there about Snoop Dogg. Do you understand he's a criminal? He's a misogynistic pig, and he smokes marijuana. And, you know, well, he is. He's all those things, isn't he? Why is everyone looking at me?
Well, no.
Oh, I believe that came up in Wikipedia.
Yeah. Oh, I didn't Google that. Yes. Watch one of his videos.
Yeah, no. Not,
He had a
not
girl
for
on
me.
all fours with a dog lead on her.
Yeah, not good. Let's go to
that's
Byron Bay. Hey, Dave, what do you want to do?
Dave.
Yeah, g'day guys. Rowey, tell us what you really think about Snoop Dogg, hey?
Well, Dave, it is hypocritical, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. Look, my key point is, for Andrew Dillon, I've wondered for a couple of years, the AFL needs to do something about the equalisation of the competition. These northern academies are a joke. When you
Spot
understand
on.
Gold Coast has got 8 first-round draft picks over a 3-year period, including this year. The argument is they don't get the father-sons. The Crows have had one father-son, Michael Annie, in 30-odd years. They've got 8 first-rounders in 3 years. So something needs to be done. They're still getting a 10% discount off the player's true value, and it allows the list manager to better plan. Knowing you've got a midfielder or a ruckman or a key position player, you can actually work around your list management knowing you've got that person in place. So that's something I'd really like for him to address. The NGAs is a bit of a joke.
Yeah, Dave, you're spot on. That's
Why,
going to
Dave?
be the biggest skew to those northern states. You wait till you see this play out over
And
the
you
next
can't
2 or 3
compare
years.
it. You can't compare it to father sons.
No.
Yes, there's been a couple of exceptions like
Yep.
the day cosses, but honestly, they as a percentage, it wouldn't be large. It wouldn't be large at all. So let's
Hey,
go to
Rob.
Angle Vale. G'day, Robert.
Good afternoon, Stephen and Tim. How are you?
Excellent.
Hey, if you're going to ask Andrew Dillon the question, if he's serious about growing the game, he should be considering an under-18, national under-18 competition and done as soon as possible.
So, like the TAC Cup runs in Victoria, you want them to...
Yeah, no, how I would do it, this is what I would think. Instead of being drafted at 18, you play the under-18 competition for whatever club you play for, Port Adelaide, Crows, whoever, at that time.
Yep.
Once you finish that year at under 18s, that's when you get drafted. And you can get up going from Port Adelaide to West Coast, wherever. And then the reason being is because then you understand what travel's all about, and then the guys will make up their mind thinking, do I really want to do this? Or and most guys, probably 95% will say, yeah, I do want to do it, and 5% probably think, nah, not for me. Because they'll get a taste of the under 18 competition.
That's going to be hard to fill, like 18 teams of 18s. Yeah, I reckon that's a tough one.
Well, the Sandfalls development program is as good as any's. So I wouldn't want to, railroad that. What the Sandfall do with our talent here, how they develop them, and that South Australian under-18 state team, I mean, have a look at the record.
If you look at the state carnival, they do travel now, which is not held in one city anymore. Yeah. So that actually gives them that little taste. But
thanks for your thoughts,
I think
Rob.
If you asked any 18-year-old, do you want to go and get drafted, they'll all go, yes, please.
Wherever and whenever. Monica.
Hello, Rowey and Timmy. How are you going?
Good, Monica.
Good. I got a question for Andrew Dillon. Are we going to continue with this at the back half of the fixture round where supporters don't know where and when we're playing so we can arrange travel arrangements, flights, hotels, whatever? It's really annoying. Is it going to continue? Because I think it only started after COVID or during COVID, am I correct?
Yeah, COVID, Monica.
You're dead right. It was COVID that caused it. And I think you're
Good
right.
Call.
And they didn't really get it right either, Monica, with the games that I think there was feedback from the broadcasters that, hey, cut this out. This isn't good. But it was too late. They had their time to look at it.
Yeah.
And then they released, Essendon, Carlton, Thursday nights, Friday nights. It was like, come on, what are you doing?
I think that'll be one of the main questions for Andrew Dillon as well. We've written them all down. Keep them coming in. If you've got a question for Andrew Dillon.
We got him for 2 days?
Sorry? Well, we might need to.
I've got a lot of look at the print on that.
On,
keep them coming, 8223 0000.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. Fire has gutted a heritage-listed building on Hindley Street housing midnight fries. No one was injured. Beloved Australian film critic David Stratton has died at the age of 85. The US president will meet with his Russian counterpart tomorrow in Alaska to discuss ending the war in Ukraine. And Hawks veteran Luke Bruce will retire at the end of the season. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
At McDonald Park, 2 separate smashes causing solid delays outbound the Northern Expressway near Wammer Road. Croydon, a breakdown the north-south motorway near Torrens Road. Crash getting cleaned up at Woodville, Cheltenham Parade near the railway line are quite busy at the moment. South Road at Glandore near the old tram overpass. Road plates in use there and pretty bumpy. Got a camera to Anglevale Road at Anglevale, the Savo. Auto Pro Super Saturday is back with exclusive deals for one day only. Participating stores only. Don't miss out. Head into your nearest Auto Pro store this Saturday. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Mostly sunny today and showers tomorrow, a high of 16. At the moment, 20. More news at 5 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
David and Will's Undy Drive has wrapped up for another year, and South Australia has once again smashed it out of the park.
The total number for 2025, $202,174.
The funds raised will assist Hutt Street Centre and Catherine House to do the much-needed work they do in our community.
Not often, I'm speechless, but that is just incredible.
That guarantees that we're able to continue to support those people.
5AA wish to thank the businesses and listeners who kindly donated to David and Will's Undy Drive.
I truly can't thank everyone enough.
Healthy soil is the key to a thriving garden. Good soil needs a mix of organic matter, nutrients and biology, all of which you will find in Chock-a-Block, a new super compost from Nutrog. Chock-a-Block is a unique blend of nutrition, microbes and humates with absolutely no green waste, meaning it's consistent all year round. Chock-a-Block, easy to remember as it's literally chock-a-block full of goodness. Look out for the green and gold bale in your local hardware or garden centre.
Introducing the all-new Isuzu truck range. With a sleek new cab design, improved driver comfort and advanced safety features. It's reliability redefined. Visit your nearest Isuzu trucks dealer or isuzu.com.au to find out more.
Today's just a little taste of what barbecue weather is like.
Oh, God.
Oh, yeah.
You feel it in the air. Days are getting longer.
And you can just smell the barbie just firing up. Now, if you want to be a tong master and you're not just flipping snags, you've got to be a backyard hospitality director. When you do, You deserve the very best outdoor kitchen from Adelaide Outdoor Kitchens.
The beauty about them is you can pick the best appliances. You can add a bar fridge. You can add a pizza oven. You can stun them with a custom-made concrete bench top. They do all of that. They got the indoor ones, uniquely yours, massive, custom-made for you. Every piece is unique. It's like you've signed it.
Oh, yeah, exactly.
This is Una, mine.
Number one. Correct. And they are number one for this.
They are.
You can get a consultation and a free quote today or visit the Seaford Meadows showroom. It's at Farrow Circuit, Seaford Meadows. And the best backyard hospitality directors are Adelaide Outdoor Kitchen. So check them out online, adelaideoutdoorkitchens.com.au.
How do you make a birthday, long weekend or holiday even more memorable? You take it to the Murray River and step aboard the Murray Princess. From festive Christmas sailings to toe-tapping country music and Neil Diamond tribute cruises, there's something for everyone. Share the special cruise experience with your family and friends. Book your Murray Princess event cruise today. Visit murrayprincess.com.au.
Thinking about downsizing? Discover Northern Community Residential Village in Penfield. New homes in the latest release are now selling from just $435,000 with no stamp duty, no council rates and no exit fees. It's a smart financial move. Northern Community Residential Village offers secure, low-maintenance living in a friendly community of like-minded over 50s. Embrace your next chapter in style and comfort. Visit ncrv.com.au to book a tour of the display home today.
The FIVEAA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
25 minutes to 5. Riley O'Brien in studio with us at 5 o'clock. We have tickets to give away to the sold-out Crows Collingwood game still to come on the show, so your chance to win not too far away. And we're taking your calls. We have Andrew Dillon joining us at 4:45, so in about 10 minutes. So we'd love your calls. What's your pressing question you'd like to pose to the AFL CEO? 8223 0000.
And it's exciting because it's AFLW Season 10, opener tonight. We're going to speak to both coaches. Crows play St Kilda on the Sunday. And who have you got, Timmy? Port.
In the AFLW, we got Fremantle on Sunday, 3:40.
So I'm going to float this. I'm going to float the boat. We've got Andrew Dillon coming up shortly. 2017 was the first AFLW season, and they've come a long way. There's no question in that 9 years, 10th season. But now I think it's stagnated a tad. I don't think it's at the crossroads, but it has stagnated. Apparently it's losing 50 mil a year.
Expanded to 18 teams quickly.
That's it. And it's a massive, it's not a burden, it's a massive cost on resources at AFL clubs. So if you were to ask 18 AFL clubs, boards to do, I don't know, a feasibility study, let's call it a review on an AFL reserves competition and that value to the men's program and an AFLW's team's worth to the club and report back to the AFL Commission, I think you'd be scared with the results because I think unanimously, and I said this in the opener, unanimously they'd want to have, not at any cost, but at a cost, an AFL reserves comp. Do you get the inference of that?
Probably the intel on that would be that they'd love it. They all want it. But they don't want to pay for it. They want the AFL to pay for it.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. As they do with the AFLW, they fund that. It was quite, I don't know whether it's ironic, but yesterday, Laura Keynes, the GM of football, actually spoke about that exact thing.
It's late in the year, and so I think whatever changes we make need to consider all of the knock-on effects. It needs to be contemplated around season timing across both of our competitions, and people need to plan. So I think you'll see a not dissimilar competition next year, but into the future, the medium term is what we're focused on, making sure that we make sustainable decisions for the medium and longer term.
Yeah, so there's no doubt there's an appetite for National Reserves comp. They know that because they have meetings with boards, with clubs, with CEOs and all that sort of stuff. And that'd be on their radar, but it's not going to be next year. So I'm saying they're going to need to pick one. Can they have two? You'd love them to have two, but I don't think they can afford to. So pick one, an AFL Reserves comp or an AFLW comp, 8223 0000. So led me to this, just think a little bit laterally, Timmy, which I'm not good at. Here's my solution. I think the AFL should sell the AFLW comp. Let's call it a private investor, I don't know, a hedge fund, a capital investment company, I don't know, call it Gina Reinhart. Sell it. Lock, stock and barrel. They can then in turn pay the AFL and the AFL clubs to run it. So there's still 18 clubs, shared facilities, all that sort of stuff. You're wearing the jumper, the copyright and all that sort of stuff, and you still run the whole program. Then that equity firm, or Jen Reinhardt, would want what you would call a return on investment. Would they or would they not? They'd want a return on investment. Now, if it's saying it's losing 50 mil now, somebody like that or a hedge fund investment company that has all those expertise and professionalism, they'd be after the membership, the bums on seats, the TV deals, the appeal, the standard. They'd be doing things. And I'll tell you what they'd be doing. They'd be doing it a lot quicker than the AFL. They would be doing it a lot quicker. I think we're going to speak to Eddie tomorrow. He was talking about a different football that's going to be easier for the girls to grab, etc., etc., etc. If the AFL's not the governing body, I think the AFLW could actually grow quicker. So there's my solution. Sell it off. They get the money.
Yeah, what's the price tag? And then what you're asking the investor to do is to pay a big sum to buy it.
Well, hang on.
100 million to buy?
Well, the AFL might say you can have it, grow it, we run it, and you pay us for it. And they get a return. So they keep all the membership, they keep all the gate receipts, they keep all the TV rights. You caught it. They generate all the sponsorship. You caught it. It's not washing its face at the moment, is it?
Not at the moment,
If we believe Caroline Wilson losing 50 mil a year, and if they've got an appetite for an AFL reserves comp, which is going to help the men's program, can they afford the two? If they can't, that's a solution. So 8223 300 an AFLW comp, an AFL reserves comp, a national one, pick one. Now, we'd all say we want two, but it's such a delicate situation that, I'm going to ask Eddie tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm looking at...
I'm going to ask Eddie tomorrow.
I'm just looking at it from an investor's point of view. I'm not sure that I'm going to be taking that risk. See, the AFL have the...
Well, why should the AFL?
A big beast.
Why should the AFL then?
Well, they're doing it for a future return. So they're saying, okay, well, we're prepared to lose X amount of dollars for X amount of years, and then we believe it will mature, and then that'll start paying us back. But we can do that because we've got this big beast over here.
Mm-hmm.
That's the model they're running.
But then you want to add a national reserves, then you're going to have a concussion fund.
So what I'm thinking is if I'm the investor, I don't have the big beast. I've got to take it from scratch, or 10 seasons in where it's not making money, and try and make it make money.
The NBL was done with Larry Kesselman very well. He did the same thing with a dying NBL. He turned it around, so it can be done, but
there's models for it. There's models for it.
It would be difficult.
Very difficult. And
I like your lateral thinking.
That's right. Do you like the idea? 8223 0000. Andrew Dillon not too far away. Just enough time to sneak in a call.
Hey?
Did you go to bed early?
Oh.
Oh, jeez.
I like his thinking.
Timmy, I'm as sharp as a bowling ball today.
Oh, wow. All right, let's get to Tony at Fulham Gardens.
Hey, Tony.
Hi, Rowey. Hi, Timmy G.
Hey, Tony.
I just would like you to ask Andrew Dillon about this venture into Tasmania. Building a massive stadium when in the middle of winter you'd have to ask yourself how many people are going to go. And what are the heads of agreement? Crowd guaranteed, who pays back the debt? Now, the AFL will enjoy the income, but who repays the debt?
Yeah, I think their model, Tony, is they haven't put any money in, have they? They're not actually putting the money up.
Not yet.
For the stadium.
Thank you, Tony. We will get to Andrew Dillon on the other side of this break. So the AFL CEO to answer all those pressing questions and some that you've put forward as well. And just before we go to the break, we have a double pass to hand out to the Royal Adelaide show, which isn't too far away at the end of the month. So you'd like to go 8223 0055. Of course, it is time for the Royal Adelaide show. You can book tickets at theshow.com.au and get them at Foodland and Drake's supermarkets. Let's check your traffic.
Afternoon at McDonald Park, two separate smashes causing really big delays outbound on the Northern Expressway near Wamma Road. Leave early if you've got to head that way. Breakdown at Croydon to look out for, the north-south motorway near Torrens Road, and a crash getting cleaned up at Woodville, Cheltenham Parade near the railway line. Slow south road at Glandore Road, plates in use there near the old tram overpass, and a camera at Gawler Road at Two Wells, the Savo. Score a screamer of a deal at BWS. Get 2 30 packs of Tui's new lager cans for $114. Hurry and Sunday, T's and C's apply. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Are you ready to go?
It's showtime!
It's time for the Royal Adelaide Show, and it's time to celebrate our state, our people and our produce. 5AA wants to get you and the family to the Royal Show to enjoy everything it has to offer, from rides, animals, wood chopping, Dagwood dogs and, of course, the fireworks. Keep listening to 5AA all across the day for your chance to win the hottest tickets in town. The Royal Adelaide Show, presented by Drake's. Get your tickets at theshow.com.au and Drake's Supermarkets.
Outgrowing your apartment means waiting for your turn to use the bathroom. Waiting for your turn to use the remote. Waiting for your turn to use the home office /wardrobe/playroom/sunroom. And waiting for your turn to use the bathroom again. Come on. Go from packed to the rafters to the space you're after with Westpac's local home loan specialists. To get it done, it takes a little Westpac. T's and C's, eligibility, lending criteria, fees and charges apply.
Hurry, share with your sister.
Hi, Bronte Manuel from Toop and Toop. Now more than ever, you need an agent who's not just out for a quick sale. You need someone who can stand their ground to ensure you're maximising your home's potential. There's a good reason Toop and Toop is defying market trends and continuing to deliver premium outcomes for its clients. With a history spanning over 40 years and a team of unrivalled experience, Toop and Toop knows what it takes to maximise your results in any selling conditions. Visit toop.com.au to find out more.
Now, whether you're hunting down a rare collectible or just keen to swap cards with the kids or grandkids, Sports Card World is the place to be, especially on a trade day.
So it's this Sunday from 12 to 2. It's set to be another cracking trade day. Now head along to Sports Card World. It's in Region Arcade. Say good eye, mate, to Maddie and Ben and the team, and take home some new cardboard stars. You could even meet some of the flesh, like Crow's gun Billy Keys, who will be there after kicking 4 5-goal assists and winning against Collingwood the night before. He'll be there from 12 to 1.
And Alir after playing another sensational game for Port Adelaide, will be there to meet fans between 1 and 2 p.m. So there you go. There's big reasons to get to Sports Card World. So if you've got some cards that need to be inked, or this Sunday's your best shot to get them done in person, this trade day will be packed with AFL cards, Pokemon cards, NBA cards and more. And you know what? You're with like-minded people.
There you go. So take your cards, meet some AFL stars, rub shoulders with other local collectors this Sunday, 12 to 2 at Sports Card World. It's the Trade Day Region Arcade, just off Rundle Mall.
Hi, Brett Hibbert here for Mawson Lakes Mazda. OK, the end of financial year might be done and dusted, but at Mawson Lakes Mazda, the deals aren't. All makes, models and colours are being cleared, no exceptions. And there's a huge range of locate demos all ready for immediate delivery. Plus, you'll get free on roads, free stamp duty, free 12 months rego and $500 worth of accessories. Mawson Lakes Mazda, Salisbury Highway, T's and C's apply.
He's cocked, locked, and ready to unload all over you.
What? I'm the finest marksman in the world.
The hugs and headshots are back.
Oh, cool.
DC Studios Peacemaker, streaming August 22, only on HBO Max.
At Town & Country Mattresses and Beds, we custom build comfort. From electric adjustable beds to aged care and NDIS supported options. We've been helping South Aussies sleep better for over 30 years. And because we offer factory direct prices, you'll get more for your money. Plus, we'll beat any written quote. Visit our family-owned team today at 68 Research Road, Paraka. Town & Country Mattresses and Beds. Sleep made personal. Find your better night's sleep at Town & Country Mattresses and Beds.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
13 minutes to 5.
Well, AFLW starts tonight. The AFL season has 2 games left, then finals. It's been a massive season. We're blessed. We get him every so often. He is the AFL CEO. I speak of Andrew Dillon. Andrew, welcome.
Thanks for having me on. Good to chat.
10th season of the AFLW starts tonight. Are you happy with how it's tracking, Andrew?
Yeah, look, really, I'm actually on the way there now. It's a beautiful afternoon in Melbourne, and we're looking forward to a big crowd tonight and a really good game. But starting the 10th season, I think we've got a really solid base from which we can continue to grow the competition.
Yeah, Caro reported it was losing $50 million a year. Is that accurate?
Look, there's an investment that we're making into the competition, and if you want to grow something, I think you have to invest in it. But one thing that we also do know is that there's indirect benefits from an AFLW competition, and we see that with the number of girls and women playing playing the game at community level. We've seen unprecedented investment in facilities around the country. In fact, since the AFLW competition started, we've had investment, and we've had 500 new ovals in around Australia on the back of the growth on that. And then the previous 8 or so years before that, there was about 50 or 60. So we've seen the facilities grow almost tenfold in that time.
Yeah, well done. There's a massive appetite. We're hearing from Clubland for a National Reserves comp. We know it's not going to be next year, but it's on the horizon. And we've got the AFLW. Can you afford both?
Look, I think they're two very separate conversations, because the investment in AFLW is an investment in growth. A National Reserves competition, we have our second tier teams, for want of a better term. They've got, they're probably providing different mechanisms. I reckon they're there for obviously development of young talent, and so it would be a different decision, an investment in the National Reserves.
Andrew, thanks for your time. I'm going to fire a couple of quick, rapid ones at you that our listeners have pumped through.
He likes this, Andrew, so be sharp.
Yeah, okay.
Here we go. They want to know, father, son, can we get one rule for the country?
We're working on that, and that's the competitive balance mechanisms are a really important component of the success of the AFL over a number of years. So it's something that we keep a really close eye on, and Greg Swan and his team are, continually. Well, Swanee's a couple of weeks in now, but it's something that's on his list of things to do is just to continue to review those mechanisms.
The equalisation up in the northern states of Queensland, New South Wales started off with good intentions, but now it could be a bigger advantage to both those states. When will that be looked at, and as far as academies go and the like, of equalising that?
Yeah, look, again, that's one of the things which is within Greg's remit. But we still want to continue to grow our talent in New South Wales and Queensland. Just as a bit of a, we've got 33 Queenslanders playing in the competition and around 50 from New South Wales. This is in the men's comp, whereas WA and SA have got, I think, somewhere around 120 or 130 players in the competition, and Victoria's got 430. So we've still got a way to go in terms of New South Wales and Queensland in terms of getting talent onto AFL playing lists. It's half of Australia's population. So I think that we'll continue to invest in the academies up there. But what we will also do whilst we're doing that is ensure that there's the correct mechanisms in place to make sure that those players getting onto the lists of the clubs in New South Wales and Queensland, that the fair price is being paid.
5-year capping contracts came out today. Personally, love that idea. I just think we might get our clubs into a bit of trouble if we go with these 10 and 12-year deals that might go into the future that we don't know what's going to happen. How quickly can you get that 5-year cap happening?
Well, look, I was asked about it on radio this morning, and whether it's 5 years or whatever the number is, but what I did say is that it is something that we would need to agree with the Players Association. And again, I think it is an important part of competitive balance. The long-term contracts, particularly the guaranteed contracts, if they don't work out, they can be a real drain on competitive balance. So it's a mechanism that's in place in a number of overseas sports like National Hockey League and NBA. So it's something that we'll have to talk with the players, but I think with a competitive balance view on it, might be something that we can work with them on.
Andrew, we've had a few MRO and tribunal test cases. We all understand the protection of the head and litigation, all that you're worrying about. Can you please tell your King's Counsel lawyers not to use the word prudency and duty of care? When you play the game, you don't have to, Andrew, and you know that.
The tribunal does a great job, and
no, it doesn't.
Ultimately, the reasons for the MRO and the tribunal, it's not about punishing players. It's actually about protecting the opposition or making sure that we've got a game where, and I know that the term does get bandied around, the duty of care, but making sure that we've got a game that is as safe as it can be, but while maintaining the fabric of the game, and it's always a balance.
But you're not doing that, Andrew. You speak to coaches. How do they coach someone tackling now? How do they coach someone like Laird on the weekend going for a 50-50 ball? How do they coach tackling now? There was a kid at the start of the year got 3 weeks for laying the perfect tackle and getting a free kick. You know all of this. You're not protecting the fabric of the game, Andrew.
Well, one thing I do know, and this stat's a bit old now, but after 11 rounds, we'd had something like 12,000 tackles and we'd only had 3 players suspended. So I think the players know how to tackle, and every now and again there's an outlier, but ultimately we're looking to avoid, avoidable head contact. And I think that's, incumbent on all of us to do that. And I think, again, it's just continued education, and our players are elite athletes, elite decision makers, and they can adapt. And we just continue to educate and make sure that there's clarity.
A year on from this statement by your good self, the umpiring's never been better. Is it still there? Never been better?
The umpires are doing a great job this year. We're now, I think it's the 3rd year of the 4-umpire system. So when we brought that in, we brought 8 umpires onto the list because we needed to do that. And so those umpires now are into their 3rd year, sort of getting up to 50 games. And we know with our players, it takes them a while to really start operating at that AFL level. And I think we're going to start to see the benefits of the 4-umpire system, starting to take. I think it's taking effect now, and that'll continue into the future.
Couple more quick fire ones, mate.
Here we go.
Will the sub go?
Look, that's another thing. Greg Swan's going to be a busy man. I think there is a bit of a groundswell for it, but I think what we need to do is make decisions based on facts and data rather than just opinions. And so we'll talk with the clubs about that and try and understand their views for why they don't like it.
Yeah,
and also then go back to the reason why it was brought in. And my recollections, it was not that long ago that it was reintroduced, was the stats will show if you are down 1 player in a rotation, your percentage chance of winning drops, and if you end up 2 down, you almost have a less than 1 in 4 chance of winning a game. So we just want to make sure again that not only have we got the equalisation measures right when you're coming into the competition in terms of talent distribution, but when the game's been played, that everyone's got as good a chance of any as they can.
Last disposal out of bounds?
Well, yeah, I understand that's. I know that it's been in place in the
works beautifully
for a while,
here.
And it works well. So I'm not sure whether that's where that is on the list of things we're looking at, but seeing how it's operating in the Sandful, it's certainly something that we are alive to and aware of.
Now, technology. We know we've been playing around with this since Stephen Rowe was very upset about the ball not hitting the post here a couple of years ago. Chip in the ball, doesn't seem like that's working. What's next?
Well, I wouldn't say that. The chip in the ball, it was introduced in AFLW last year, and it'll be involved. It'll be in AFLW, and as I said, we got the first couple of games tonight, and it's really good from a score assist point of view, and it's also quite good in terms of data and statistics. So we'll continue to use that in AFLW, and as the technology refines, it's all based on learning, and there's every chance that we can bring it in at the right time into the men's competition to assist with score as well. So no, the chip in the ball, will continue to look at that, and while that's happening, there's other technology that's in front of us as well that we're continuing to look at for score review.
Brilliant. Our guest, AFL-CIO, Andrew Dillon. Andrew, are you a Snoop Dogg? Are you a Snoop Dogg fan, are you? Are you really a Snoop Dogg fan?
I might say that I've been getting up to speed on his music in the last couple of weeks.
Okay. Now we're supporting, if you like, a drug-taking, misogynistic, criminal. Now, I would have thought the AFL is a pillar of society with how we support things, all things that are right. He's all things wrong, isn't he?
No, he's a long way from that. He's a global superstar, culturally relevant for the AFL. He performed at the Super Bowl a couple of years ago. He performed at the Olympics last year. I think if you look at Snoop Dogg today and what he does in terms of the way he invests back into the community, and he's over in the US runs a not-for-profit youth football league. He's someone who's, he's lived a life, but I think if you went back through any artist's back catalogue over 30 years, there would be things you don't like, but I look at him and what does he bring today, and I think he brings something that's really special, and he'll put on an amazing show before actually, the best game of the year, which is, the biggest sporting event on the Australian sporting calendar, which is the AFL Grand Final.
Will you let him use the lyrics he does in his video clips? And what if he's up there with a big Scooby hanging out his gob?
I think if you've go back and have a look at how he performed at the Super Bowl and also at the Olympics. He's got a lot of songs and he's got a great set list. And I think everyone will be those who aren't fans might be fans in a few weeks' time.
Okay, and will you vet that? Can you see the irony a little bit in that, Andrew?
Oh, look, as I said, I think if you look at what he's doing now, and how he's performed, in the last number of years, he's, as I said, he's globally relevant, he's culturally relevant, and he'll put on an incredible show before what will be, the biggest game of the year.
And the Crows will be there too, by the way. Pencil them in. Actually, put it in HB pencil.
They're going pretty well, the Crows, and I think all credit to Matthew Nix, who's been an incredible leader of the Adelaide Crows. He's, they're doing a really good job, and they've built from the ground up, and they've drafted well, and Matthew and Tim Silvers and John Olsen, I think they're leading a really strong club.
Andrew, thank you very much for your time. We know we only get you a couple of times a year, but we do appreciate it, and I believe you're heading over to Perth to see the FIVEAA Brizzy game. Is that right?
Yeah, I'm there tomorrow night. Yep.
Brilliant. Excellent. Should be a big one. Thank you very much for your time, Andrew Dillon.
Thanks for having me on.
The AFL CEO.
He's the boss.
He is the boss. We try to get as many of your questions in as possible.
Yeah.
Perhaps you can give us some feedback on the answers that you received.
Yep. What did you think? 8223 0000 is the number to call. Riley O'Brien's going to join us after the 5 o'clock news.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Hi, I'm Lynn Andrews. For over 50 years, we, the Lynn Andrews team, have specialised in commercial and residential property management. But above all, we specialise in people, helping to make life easier for investors and tenants. Everyone is treated with empathy and respect. It's the way we do business. It's the Lynn Andrews way. For residential and commercial property management, we're here to help you. Visit lynnandrews.com.au.
The news and information that matters. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Clear tonight and showers easing tomorrow, a high of 16. With the 5 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig.
Sportal, cutting-edge sports hardware and software for elite and community clubs.
A huge fire erupted inside a heritage-listed building on Hindley Street this afternoon. The blaze gutted Midnight Fries, which was due to open tomorrow. Declan Dwyer from the MFS says luckily no one was inside.
There was a lot of heavy fire that was coming out of the ground floor and threatening the buildings either side and the floors above.
Firefighters safely rescued 3 cats. The cause of the blaze is being investigated. While trailblazing firefighter Adrienne Clark has died after a hard-fought battle with cancer. She became the first female to serve in the MFS in 1987, following in the footsteps of her father and grandfather, and also became the first female commander. MFS fire stations will fly Australian flags at half-mast as a mark of respect. While film critic David Stratton's being remembered for his deep knowledge and generosity following his death at the age of 85. Born in England, he moved to Australia in the 1960s and built a career spanning 57 years. For almost 3 decades, he and Margaret Pomerantz delivered their insights together on Australian TV. Fellow film reviewer Shane A. Bassett says he could be gruff, but he was also generous.
He was a little bit selective who he spoke to at times, but he was also really generous. I would ask him questions in the end because he and Margaret both did get to know me and they'd stop and talk and make time for me.
Australia's unemployment rate has dropped 0.1% in July to 4.2. Bureau of Statistics data shows more than 24,000 jobs were added over the month, all of them full-time. The jobless rate in SA also fell 0.1 to 4.3%. The Treasurer is playing down advice from his department, which recommends outcomes for next week's Productivity Summit. The leaked document suggests pausing changes to construction regulations and using AI to cut environmental red tape. The opposition claims the report shows the whole summit has been choreographed. But Jim Chalmers says no policies have been finalised.
There have been hundreds, if not thousands, of ideas put to us. That's a good thing. And the Treasury's job is to analyse that and to advise me on that. The document you're referring to is not a government announcement.
The Prime Minister says he hasn't invited any other world leaders to his upcoming wedding, which will be held sometime this year. Anthony Albanese is yet to announce the exact date. He'll marry partner Jodie Hayden. He says it'll be a small occasion and won't be a political event. 2 men have been extradited from New South Wales to Queensland over alleged match fixing on the Gold Coast. An interstate investigation found the men had met with a football player in a bid to procure match fixing behaviour for payment. Detective Chief Inspector Melissa Anderson says the investigation's ongoing.
What I can clarify again is there's no evidence that an actual game was compromised or that any match fix occurred with regard to a game that was played.
Turning to 5AA Sport.
Meet Crows Ben Keys and Port's Alira at Sportscard World's Trade Day this Sunday at Regent Arcade.
Crows midfielder Alex Neil-Bullen believes their close match with West Coast will hold them in good stead against Collingwood at Adelaide Oval on Saturday night. The Crows haven't beaten the Magpies in 9 years, but Neil-Bullen says they're in a good place to knock them off.
For us to get a 4-point takeaway from it with a lot of learnings, it now sets us up to be so excited for this week, Saturday night, against an opposition who we haven't had success over since 2016.
Taylor Walker and Brodie Smith are expected to return, while Port take on Carlton on Saturday. They'll have to find a replacement for Jack Lukosius. The women take centre stage tonight with the official start of the AFLW season. Carlton play Collingwood and the Eagles clash with the Suns. The Crows and Power don't play till Sunday. And Paris Saint-Germain has won the UEFA Super Cup against Tottenham. Hotspur lost in a penalty shootout after squandering a 2-0 lead late in the second half.
Dembele, dangerous ball, it's in! Paris level! What a turnaround from the European champions!
And that audio thanks to Stan. And Aussie surfers Jack Robinson and Molly Picklum are off to the WSL finals in Fiji after taking out the Tahiti Pro. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
At Dry Creek, a crash, Cavan Road near Grand Junction Road. Croydon Park, a smash on South Road near Regency Road. Croydon, a breakdown, the north-south motorway near Torrens Road, and slow for works at Mile End South, Richmond Road near Chatham Road. Cameras Goddard Drive, Salisbury Park, and Mallala Road at Two Wells. Found a lower price elsewhere? Liquorland will match it with their price match promise. Offer redeemable on in-store purchases only. Limits and T's and C's apply. 18 plus only. Choose to drink wise. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Moseley clear tonight and showers easing tomorrow, a high of 16. Showers increasing on Saturday, 14. Showers for Sunday, 15. And then fining up on Monday, also 15. At the moment, 19. Now let's hear what's happening on 9 News tonight.
I'm Kate Collins. Tonight, a man fronts court charged over a carjacking and police chase across Adelaide. How much more we're spending at the supermarket every week. Struggling to sleep? The surprising results from a medicinal cannabis trial. The hunt for a mystery Powerball winner. And the breakthrough in repairing damaged spinal cords. 9 News, your news, nightly at 6 on 9 and 9 now.
Right now at Formula Honda, drive away in the CR-V Hybrid 24 build from $56,900 or the Honda ZR-V Hybrid 24 build from $51,900. That's a price reduction of $3,000. Plus, get 8 years unlimited kilometre warranty and roadside assist across the entire SUV range. But you'd better hurry. These offers are only available until September 30. T's and C's apply. Test drive at Formula Honda today. Glen Osmond Road, Glen Osmond or North East Road, Modbury.
G'day, it's Ben from BJ Energy. Lately I've had a lot of people asking about the federal battery rebate. What it is, how it works, and whether they're eligible. At BJ Energy, we've done the homework. Our job is to help you make the most of the rebate while it's still around. So if you're thinking about solar or a home battery, or just have any questions about the federal battery rebate, it's easy to get in touch with us. No sales pitch, just straight answers. Visit bjenergy.com.au. That's bjenergy.com.au.
Are you or someone you know living with epilepsy?
1 in 25 Australians will develop epilepsy at some stage in their lives. The Epilepsy Centre in Adelaide is dedicated to raising awareness in the community to reduce the stigma and create a more welcoming and inclusive society. We do this by providing epilepsy awareness and seizure first aid to people living with epilepsy, their families and friends. Thanks to state government funding, we can offer this education at no cost. For more information, go to epilepsycentre.org.au.
Hello, darlings. Celebrate the festive season in style at this year's Cabaret Christmas at Adelaide Convention Centre. A spectacular lineup of show-stopping entertainment with Adelaide's hottest party bands and, best of all, me, Hans, your MC. So gather your workmates or your friends as we toss the season with an all-inclusive 3-course dinner package. Don't miss Cabaret Christmas. Book now via the Adelaide Convention Centre website.
How far would you go for your dream kitchen? And how far would you go to not deal with organising all the trades? How about 15 minutes up the freeway to Balhanna Kitchens by Design? To the largest showroom in the Adelaide Hills. Custom build your dream with our award-winning designers. Plus, we can manage the installation and all sub-trades at a fixed price. Balhanna Kitchens by Design. It's not too far to go to make your dream a reality. balhannakitchens.com.au.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
Great to have you with us. It's 9 minutes after 5 on this Thursday night. Still coming up on the show, Crows and Port Adelaide's team selection for round 23 at 5:50 tonight. We have tickets to the sold-out Crows and Collingwood Saturday night blockbuster at Adelaide Oval. We have our AFLW coaches in Doc Clark and Lauren Arnell to join us on the night of the season opener for AFLW Season 10, and Mark Bosnich to join us as well. And it's time for you to switch on to the Wayville Hyundai live stream, because joining us in the studio is Riley O'Brien, all thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. You can find it all at 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Crows big man Riley O'Brien.
You up the OG! Riley O'Brien!
On the 5AA Sports Show.
Well, Crows take on Collingwood Saturday night win. They lock away a top 2 and send Collingwood into football obscurity. Joining us is the big hooah, Riley O'Brien.
G'day, boys.
How are you?
Hello,
I've just been called a woke lunatic on here because I
woke.
Lunatic.
You're woke.
You're woke.
Far out.
Look at the
world,
face.
the opposite state today.
Yeah,
apparently,
it is
bizarro
opposite
world. Yeah, wow.
We had Andrew Dillon on, and we'd asked the question about Snoop Dogg. So what's your opinion on the Snoop Dogg?
I love Snoop Dogg.
Okay.
Not Dog, but I love Snoop Dogg. I'm a big rap fan, Rowey. And I loved his show at the Super Bowl. Him and Dr. Dre and Eminem and those guys. I thought it was the best I've seen. But I'm a bit partial to rap. So
You're a rap.
You're
in the genre. Strike me as a rap man.
He's in the
age group.
Give us a quick rap.
I won't give you a bar,
Give us
Rowey.
a Snoop
bar,
Dogg.
what we call it.
Okay.
But Snoop D-O-double-G. Me, Ben Keys and Sam Berry are the big rap fans of the club. Yeah, we do love our rap music.
Would not have picked it. So you're fans of Snoop Dogg. Now, do you think Snoop Dogg culturally is relevant to the AFL?
That's probably a
That's
long
what Andrew
bow.
Dillon called
Long
it.
bow to draw, I think. Culturally relevant, yeah.
He's a global superstar, culturally relevant for the AFL.
Well, actually, if Andrew said it, I agree.
Okay. Well, no, but I just find it a little bit hypocritical. A lot of our listeners are the same. There's a text here. Oh, well, I guess the kids who have never heard of Snoop Dogg and watched the family-friendly performance will never Google him and be exposed to misogyny and violence and drug-taking. Darren, great get.
Yeah, that's where I think if he had said demographically matched to the AFL of what they're trying to target, perhaps, I would have probably said, okay, well, I understand you're trying to hit a certain demo with the performer. I understand that. But it's to Darren's point that I go, you can't you can't hug one another around a circle before a game saying we're against domestic violence, or you can't say, we've got an AFLW competition kicking off tonight and we agree with misogyny lyrics. You can't do both.
No, but Google him and see what film clips come up on YouTube.
Yeah, I mean, music's like that, isn't it? A lot of pop music and especially rap music. That's all it's about, Roy. It's about, shooting people and having relations
Shooting
with the
people.
opposite sex.
Relations.
And what did you call a spliff? He's got someone that travels with him.
I think he does. He has some. I've heard that he has someone that travels with him to roll up his blunts for his
What are blunts?
marijuana cigarettes.
You call blunts? You know they're called blunts.
I think so. Yeah.
What did you call it? A spliff?
I never
a split. A doobie.
Doobie. Scooby.
Whatever you want to call it.
Cheech and Chong.
Yeah.
Maybe too young for
Bit of
them.
grass.
There's a unique home style food
Hoochie
text
cooch.
asking you a question. Do you think Ben Keys looks like Vanilla Ice?
Yes, that's good.
When he had the blonde hair,
Ice baby.
He
Yeah.
did. Yeah.
When he had that flick going.
I think he wouldn't be happy with that. We are. It feels like almost a big stepping stone to where we want to go.
Yep.
It's sort of been a test that's eluded us the last 10 times, as you said, especially and this year, early this year and last year as well. So it feels like a speed bump we want to get over, and we want to knock them off this week.
We've had a couple of these. Is there any truth in the rumour Pedler's done a hammy and Murphy's in the team?
Not that I'm aware of, mate. No, he
Who's
trained.
the clown that would have said that?
When did you train?
We trained last night.
Yeah.
So the night session at Adelaide Oval.
So you didn't see anything?
So that's a rumour.
Not that I've heard of, no.
That's exactly what it is.
Unless I've somehow
dumb
missed
rumour.
it.
So you trained as well?
Yeah, I did, yeah.
And
yeah.
he was there?
He was there, yeah.
Okay, well, that's
so
good news.
He trained and he was, he looked good to me. He was in the blue team.
Kick three?
So, yeah.
Good.
I'm not sure.
Yeah, kicked 3 goals.
Unless he's done it on his day off today. Maybe he was walking the dog and tripped over.
Okay, well, he's in the team. We know that.
Or Frankie Worrell's dogs.
Maybe, yeah. Wow. If
Now
he's with them,
there's a possibility.
they probably tried to kick him and then tripped over.
Oh, wow. Rory Laird, how do you... What happened there?
Annoying, isn't it? Yeah, it wasn't much in it, I didn't think. I didn't think it was a hugely malicious incident, but he obviously had a rest and then with the intention of playing the last 3 games, and then he's now having another rest. So he'll be well and truly rested for the North Melbourne game come round 24.
Now, someone texts me that our advocate or our lawyer is Lionel Hutz. Who's that?
Lionel Hutz from The Simpsons. He's
Who's that?
not a very good lawyer. He sort of,
Well, why would someone send me that?
Well,
who is he?
Lionel
Tim?
Hutz,
from The Simpsons.
Yeah, he was.
Do you get that?
Very
I
famous.
love The Simpsons, yeah.
Okay.
He was a bit of a...
he wasn't the
bit of
best
klutz,
lawyer.
Yeah, you'd say.
Klutz.
All we had to do was get it from medium to low and he plays. Why would we say he didn't bump him?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know the ins and outs of that. I don't think the AFL do either. So
I need to ring Lionel. So Lionel's not real. What are we saying?
He's very funny, but he's not real.
If you do employ him, you do get a monkey that smokes. So.
It's like, for me, a full final
just
stress
throw it in.
rehearsal. I know there's no such thing, but the pressure last week, it'll be up a notch this week. That is great preparation for September.
Yeah, it's what you want to be playing in. You don't want a soft run at this time of the year, and we've got a big challenge this week against, the team that's probably been the best in the comp alongside a couple others for the last 3 years. And, they've got a lot of weapons all over the ground, so it'll be a huge challenge and one we're looking forward to get us tuned.
But they can't draw you with football the last 5 weeks. They've lost 4 of their last 5. They lost by over 10 goals last week.
Yeah, they didn't have a great week last week, but they certainly, the ones they lost before that were pretty close, and we know their best is very, very good, and they sort of need to win to get in the top 4 themselves. So we know they'll come out firing, and they've got some serious players, Rowey, as you know, and when they're on song, they'll be hard to stop, but we're up to the challenge.
I made a comment and got howled down on the text line that Tex back is worth 5 goals to the team. And he averages 2 naturally. He averages 1.8 as far as goal assists. And with his direction, his leadership and his positioning and leading patterns, he's worth 5 to it. We are so much better with him in the front half. Do you confirm or deny that statement?
Well, 3.8 you've got there, then 1.2 from the direction. I reckon that's about right, Rowey. I reckon 5's bang on. So he's a very good player.
What's that song Timmy likes? Play that in Chelsea Dagger. Got one right. A blind squirrel, that
I used to
one.
do,
So you
to that
agree?
after the darts. Mate, I reckon for sure he's so important to us
Isn't he?
structurally and from a leadership point of view.
Yep.
He sort of directs that forward line, keeps them on tilt and ready to go, and he's such a good leader in the team.
Riley, in radio, we are forever told that you're not allowed to say things. You're not allowed to receive, say, goods and services and then make comment about them on the radio.
Of course.
Call cash for comments.
Without declaring it.
Of course.
Correct.
Okay.
I'm just wondering whether we might have an issue. Ned McHenry filled in for Scott Campriali. He was our special comments man. He then has to give the votes. Now, he gave 2 votes to R. O'Brien, and I'm thinking stir fry for votes. That's what I think it's a...
Yeah, good. That's a long bow, but I like the bow. I like where you're going.
I may have given him some marks, some fishing marks in exchange. Gave him all my good whiting marks and tuna marks. And
you don't have any.
I've got a whole book full of them. And he's been asking for years, so I said, okay, you can have them. Give me 2 votes.
He
was brought under scrutiny, though, wasn't he, Tuesday night?
The most awkward fishing friend he's had on that.
I'm pretty tall, Rowey, and it gets a bit rocky, that thing, so I have almost gone overboard a few times, but haven't yet, so it's good. I haven't got great balance. I'm not a great, surfer or holding my feet in a bit of swell.
Yeah,
yeah, that's all right.
Yeah,
I've got other strengths.
Yeah.
That's it. That is it.
And B. Smith's back. He had a baby the last couple of weeks.
He did. Yeah, he did, which is super exciting for him. And then, he's back for Laddie, so he's... all year he's done a great job, so he'll be awesome.
Now, one thing you can do against Collingwood is I saw a big advantage. Lloyd Meek just absolutely destroyed Darcy Cameron. So I think there's a real opportunity. You had about 68 hit-outs on the weekend, so you're in form.
Killed him.
No problems there. This is it is a real advantage, I think, for you guys. With one thing they struggled with was Meek obviously being in control, but also making a pathway for their Smalls to just rip through it, and they hit it with pace, and off they went. And I thought it made it really hard for them at stoppage. So you guys probably have already picked that up, but you're a key.
Yeah, Meekie had a great game last week, but Darcy Cameron's been one of the best ruckmen all year, and he probably didn't have his best night last week, but that probably means he's coming out firing this week. So,
but certainly
kicked
3 too.
Yeah, I know. He hadn't kicked 2 before. He kicked 3, so that was a night out for him. But looking forward to the challenge against Darcy. He's very good ruck, gets behind the ball really well, takes really good marks. So try and take that away from him, and then bring my strengths in the ruck and in other areas too.
Sneak off down forward now and again.
Watch out, maybe a couple of bananas.
Hey,
see how we go.
Jack side, we call them here in South Australia.
Of course.
Well, what is the Crows' record? They've won 10 of their last 11. You've only lost 1 at Adelaide Oval, so you're in ripping form.
Yeah, good nick.
Yeah, very good nick.
Ready to go, take on the Pies and get the monkey off our back there.
Now, we were talking to Andrew Dillon, and we've asking a million questions because that's what the listeners wanted. They want to get as many answers out there.
How
as
many
possible.
were about Snoop Dogg?
There was about 5 minutes on the Snoop.
The last 3.
Yeah, about 5 minutes on the Snoop. Is there anything that you would say, hey, I'd like this changed tomorrow? Could you get it done for us, Andrew?
There's probably a few things that probably everyone's asking about. Things about the MRO and
I'd take the sub.
I'd probably one rule I'd hate that I get rid of straight away is in the back. Not in all senses, but when someone's already on their knees on the ground and they just fall onto the ground and someone's behind them, it's just doesn't protect anyone. Doesn't.
So they're faking it.
It's not an advantage to anyone. So that's an annoying rule.
So they're just faking it.
Well, they fall forward to get the free kick, and there's no danger to it. There's no advantage to be gained, so I'd scrap that.
Okay.
What do you reckon of that,
well,
Roy?
there's an insight to what's happening on the Oval.
Yeah, I don't mind that one. There's a rule that they changed that's going to maybe get you into the All-Australian, and that's the jostling, the jumping.
They're saying that they might, how now you can just walk across the circle.
That has helped you immensely. Our centre square clearance numbers are through the roof. First time ever.
That's good.
But you've been working on it. That was one of your work-ons over the summer, wasn't it?
Yeah, definitely.
Winning close games, winning away in centre square. Tick,
definitely,
tick, tick.
yeah. We were getting scored on out of centre square last year especially, so definitely a big work on. We've definitely limited scores and scored ourselves and then generally won the battle in there. So it's important.
The last change, is Peatling okay with his leg? He got a corky, didn't
had
he?
a dead leg halfway through the game last week, but he is fine. He trained a bit last night, and he's good to go.
Okay. Rob, thanks again for coming in. Cannot wait for Saturday night. You can lock away a top 2. That in itself, to come out of our lips at this time of the year, is exciting. 1 week at a time, one challenge at a time, one contest at a time, and put a full stop to Collingwood's season. Just collywobble them.
Another
It's going to be a ripper, so I can't wait, Rowey, and knock them off on a big Saturday night Adelaide Oval.
And stay with us because we've got doubles to give away. We're going to do that in the next half hour, I reckon. We could do it very well in the next 5 minutes.
There's a lot happening too. They're encouraging people to get to the Oval early.
So just a word from the Adelaide Oval. They want Crows fans to get there as early as possible to avoid the congestion because they're expecting the largest crowd of the season and potentially even the biggest crowd they've seen in the precinct. So this is going to be one of the biggest events South Australia's seen in quite some time in football. So just give yourself time.
He did a...
My palms are sweaty now.
Hey, this is what footy finals atmosphere is going to be like.
Love it.
23 minutes after 5. Let's check your traffic.
Cavan Road near Grand Junction Road, Croydon Park is smashed, South Road near Regency Road. Breakdown at Croydon 2, North-South motorway near Torrens Road, not causing too many delays. And Highbury burst water main lower North East Road near Torrens Road. Getting busy, South Road, Glandore, road plates in use there with a camera, Addison Walk at Smithfield. Get the rugged Ford Ranger Black Edition model year 2026 from just $55,000 drive away for ABN holders only. Recommended price at participating dealers while stocks last. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
If you want to know what's going on at the Port Adelaide Football Club, listen in to the 5AA Sports Show. Each week, Rowey and Timmy G chat with the players and coaches in the know. Thanks to Sharman Shelving. Sharman have moved their showroom next door into the Big White Building, still at 412 North East Road.
Steinborner has done it again. The Jack T9 Ute has landed at Jack Motors in Gawler. Enjoy a 5-star ANCAP safety rating, 7-year unlimited K warranty, 7-year roadside assist and 7-year capped price servicing. The Jack T9 impresses with a turbocharged diesel engine, 4x4 dual-range transmission, 3-tonne towing capacity, and it can easily handle a full-size Aussie pallet with a 1,045-kilo payload. All this from $39,990 drive away. Jack Motors, it's well worth the trip. Gawler, Barossa and Clare, or at gawlerjackmotors.com.au.
Hey, it's Lauren here from Adelaide. Wouldn't you love a reward just for shopping at your local Star Discount Chemist? Become a Superstar Rewards member to earn points, receive birthday vouchers and more. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help? Earn and redeem points on eligible purchases. Visit website for full terms and conditions.
Got something big to budge? Budget with Budget. Little trucks, big trucks. You can do it all in a budget rental truck. Get exactly what you need and at a great price too. So remember, whatever you've got to budget with a budget rental truck. Budget car and truck rental. Call 13 27 27. That's 13 27 27.
Budget with a budget rent-a truck. It's quick and cheap. Well, half your luck when you budget with a budget rent-a truck.
You've got your mates lined up. You got the TV primed. Now all you need is a Barbie feast that really ups the stakes. Thomas Farms has absolute ripper footy finals boxes, all packed with top quality South Aussie beef, lamb, pork and chicken. Enough to feed a crowd and make you look like a legend. Order yours online at thomasfarms.com.au or head into Thomas Farms Butchers at Castle Plaza, Cavan, Colonnades, Norwood or West Lakes. Thomas Farms. Farm to fork flavour. Made easy for finals footy.
If you would have said to me that Timmy G's off to the theatre tonight and Riley O'Brien is a rapper and loves the Snoop Dogg, I would have said, Paul, the other one that plays Jingle Bells. Hey, nobody knows paints like our team at the Crowies. They have all the answers. Doesn't matter what you're painting or staining, they will be able to help.
Now, talk about consistency.
Oh.
This is top of the table.
Well, they're trained well. They know their product. When you walk in, they ask you the appropriate question. What are you painting, sir? Enter it in that voice you're going to the theatre with.
Oh, yes, what I'm painting today is a nursery.
So good.
Well, okay, sir. You'll need to undercoat that. Answering the same.
We're role playing.
Are you going to use any wallpaper or will you put up a frieze?
Yes, I was thinking of a frieze.
Oh, come on. Crowies aren't going to pay for this one.
Dear.
They sell quality paint. They have the best team, the best prices, the best service. You know what? They're just absolute rippers. And you'll be able to do a nursery just like Timmy with a Chardonnay in his hand before he goes to the theatre. Remember, Crowies only sell the best paint. The most quality paint there is. Visit crowies.com.au.
Are you aged between 18 and 65 and generally healthy? You have the power to make a difference for thousands of Australians experiencing multiple sclerosis. CMAX Clinical Research is seeking healthy volunteers to join a clinical trial for a potential multiple sclerosis treatment. Eligible participants will spend 3 nights at CMAX in Adelaide CBD, attend 2 follow-up visits and get paid for their time. Ready to make a worthwhile impact? Apply today at cmax.com.au.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
At 27 minutes after 5, big thanks to Riley O'Brien joining us in studio. All thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre, cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more at 919 Marion Road, Marion. Your chance to win tickets to that sold-out blockbuster on Saturday night to the Crows in Collingwood very, very soon. But we spoke to Andrew Dillon, AFL CEO, not too long ago on the show, and he spoke about the MRO.
The tribunal does a great job, and
no, it doesn't.
Ultimately, the reason for the MRO and the tribunal, it's not about punishing players. It's actually about protecting the opposition or making sure that we've got a game where, and I know that the term does get bandied around, the duty of care, but making sure that we've got a game that is as safe as it can be, but while maintaining the fabric of the game, and it's always a balance.
It is a balance, but I think they've overcorrected.
Well, we've got
I hope I wasn't disrespectful with him, but they have overcorrected.
Yeah.
They have. Everyone
and you're
tells
right,
me.
it hasn't been a great year for it. Let's go to Raylene. Hi, Raylene.
Hello, guys. Have you ever heard so much bumpkin in your life? No wonder our game is going the way it is with somebody like him supporting what they're doing at the moment, which is ruining the game, saying that the umpires are the best we've ever had. I used to think Razor Ray was bad. My God, he's the number one. I used to put him on the bottom, but compared to these guys we've got now, and also with Snoop Dogg, when you ask those questions about him and his morals and what he's been involved in, the guy, he's a nice guy, he's this and that, and then he says he's listened to a few of his last plays in the last couple of weeks or something. I don't think he knows what he's talking about. And yet there he sits, and then if a poor bugger gives the bird on the field, he gets the game or 2 or 3.
Well, Snoop Dogg is culturally relevant.
Yeah, I think that
they were his words.
That's what he said.
That's gonna come
Let's
back.
have a listen if you missed it.
He's a global superstar, culturally relevant for the AFL.
Yeah, I can't match that one up.
Well, I'm going to get a dog collar and chain and put it around Jody's neck and walk her down the road.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be happy about that.
No, but that's what culturally...
I don't think anybody would be happy about that.
Of course they won't. It's a joke. I love my wife, married 33 years. But this is what... Go and watch his videos. Go and watch them.
Yeah, it's a struggle to sort of pick out that long bow and say, he's been better now.
I'm going to walk in.
Look, I understand.
With a spliff, a big Scooby.
The marijuana thing, and we've had a lot of feedback on this, and I totally do agree. If you want to go back through time of rock stars, I mean, there's I would say substance abuse on many a level, and I think Fleetwood Mac were one of the most
there aren't many
famous,
clean ones.
Yeah, exactly. For indulging in some of the
yeah. Well, somebody sent a text, Rowey, you big high and almighty woke left field leftist whatever. Neil Diamond would have smoked marijuana. No, he would not have. He is a clean living. He is. Hey, AFLW starts tonight after the break. Mark Bosnich, guess what starts on the weekend?
EPL.
EPL starts.
All starting, isn't it?
Bugger me.
And next, this is what I'm looking forward to. I want to give you a chance to win your way to the Adelaide Crows Collingwood game on Saturday night. So if you want tickets, Rowey's got a quiz next. He is a Premiership Crows player. It's a Who Am I? We want you to answer the question correctly. So line up 8223 0055. We will play for those tickets next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show. This is 5AA News, always Adelaide.
Good afternoon, I'm Kendall Brettig. Firefighters have saved 3 cats after a fire broke out in a heritage-listed building in Hindley Street. Australia's unemployment rate has dropped 0.1% in July. SA's was also down 0.1%. The lineup for the return of Harvest Rock has been announced, with the Strokes and Jelly Roll to headline. And the AFLW season kicks off tonight with 2 games. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
Afternoon to Dry Creek, a crash Cavan Road near Grand Junction Road. Highbury, Burst Watermain, Lower North East Road near Torrens Road. Busy at the moment, Anzac Highway at the Morford Road intersection. We're slow South Road at Glandore. Road plates in use there, so pretty bumpy as well. Cameras Hogarth Road, Elizabeth South and Main North Road at Salisbury Park. Spotlights over $30 million clearance sale is on with curtains and blinds from $20, cushions from $10 and fabric from $4 a metre. While stocks last at Spotlight, exclusions apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Mostly clear tonight and showers easing tomorrow, a high of 16. At the moment, 19. More news at 6 o'clock on 5AA, always Adelaide.
The pressure's mounting on Canberra to do more for our algal bloom crisis. David Penberthy and Will Goodings. Murray Watt was in town.
Murray Watt, he's not on our show today, is he?
No.
Because he's a gutless little bastard. He won't come on here because he doesn't want to get actual hard questions.
Adelaide leading breakfast show.
He wants to do quick photo opportunities and then run back to the airport.
5AA breakfast.
He spent $14 million and he's got $14 million worth of bad publicity. The guy has absolutely made a hash of this.
Weekdays from 6 a.m. on 5AA, always Adelaide.
Imagine clicking your fingers and bam, dinner's done. That's the magic of Local Kitchen Co. Their home-style meals are cooked fresh daily, using the finest seasonal produce South Australia has to offer. Menus change weekly, so there's always new flavours to try. And with portion sizes for singles, couples and families, there's something for everyone. To see this week's menu, search Local Kitchen Co. or drop into one of their 3 locations, Malvern, Parkside or Glenelg. Local Kitchen Co. More than just local.
Hi, I'm Tom from 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
We're a full-service junk removal company.
We come when it's convenient for you.
Not when it's convenient for us.
Send us a signal.
And we'll be there quickly in clean, shiny trucks.
And snappy, happy uniforms.
And we can almost always come the same day you book.
Point at anything you want gone from your life.
Gone.
So when you want junk to disappear, all you have to do is point.
Call 1-800-GOT-JUNK.
Or visit 1-800-GOTJUNK.com.au.
Now, I can vouch for this. It's the best Beechwood home yet. Now, it's open, and you got to go to this multi-level Beechwood masterpiece. It's in Craigburn Farm. It's where design, innovation and luxury collide. And it did collide when we walked in, Rowey.
You walked in and... Well, actually, I went with Jodie and she went, God,
yeah,
I love this.
I was there at the same time.
It was inspired by the glamour of Palm Springs in California. It's fiddly named the Caliente.
Caliente. Now, perched on the high side, this show-stopping home is an entertainer's dream. It is. I could see myself entertaining in every room, offering spectacular indoor and outdoor spaces, host gatherings, unwind by a fireplace, breathtaking views. You could soak up the sun beside a stunning pool. It is It is amazing.
There's 4 or 5 or 6 different rooms where your teenage kids can be there. You can have your grandkids down there. You can have the pool party there.
Do you reckon if they weren't looking, I could hide in the lift and maybe just live there for a week?
Probably could. Look, it's been designed for all generations. The Caliente features its own elevator, as Timmy said, a climate-controlled wine room. I love the fact you walk in those massive doors at the front. The wine room's just on the left. It's a showpiece.
You know, when you're thinking, how am I going to get the fridge into a door? There's no problems with this one.
No problems. Now, the team at Beechwood Homes, look, they pulled out all the stops. They cannot wait to show it off, and I would too. You can see it at 10 Simon Crescent, Craigburn Farm. Open Saturdays and Sundays, 1 till 4:30. Life's good. It's better in a Beechwood home.
At Coles, save with half-price specials across selected sports, vitamin and diet nutrition, like half-price LifeSpace Probiotic Broad Spectrum or 60-plus years capsules. 40 packs, now $18. Excludes everyday down and clearance items. Follow the directions for use.
Discover the joy of family connection in the 7-seat hybrid Mazda CX-80. Now yours from a great drive-away price of $59,990 for the CX-80 G40E Pure. Enjoy 3 spacious rows, hybrid efficiency, and the reassurance of driving ANCAP's safest large SUV of 2024. Visit your local dealer to test drive the Mazda CX-80 today. Terms, conditions and exclusions apply. See Mazda.com.au for details.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
24 minutes to 6. Very soon, Mark Bosnich to join us with the Premier League starting this week. We have our AFLW coaches in Matthew Clark and Lauren Arnell joining us as well. And we love your calls, 8223 0000. But right now, we want to give you the chance to win the tickets to the sold-out blockbuster Crows Collingwood Saturday night.
Yeah, well, every Crow game is live and free on 7 Plus. Stop paying, start watching. So which 1997 or 98 Premiership Crow am I? Let's go to Campbelltown. Tony.
Hey, g'day, lads.
Right, you get the first clue. I'm a Collingwood 6-footer.
We'll turn your radio down as well, Tony.
Oh, sorry. Just give me a sec. I've got you on hands free.
Okay.
Is that better? Sorry.
Yeah, that's better.
Excellent.
I'm a Collingwood 6-footer, which is 187 centimetres.
Is there any other clues or no?
That's it. Have a quick stab.
Oh, God. Mark Rashuda. Oh, no, not Mark Rashuda.
Yeah, you said Mark. Sody Torrey. Let's go to Seacliff. James, I'm a Collingwood 7-footer. I played wing, half forward or half back.
Wing, half forward or half back. Oh, gosh. Ben Hart?
Incorrect.
Yeah, not a bad guess, though.
Not a bad guess. Raylene, I had 14 touches in the 97 Premiership team.
I don't really know. I'm going to say Andrew McLeod, but I know that's wrong.
No, one of Norm Smith. Sorry, Raylene. Paul at Craigmore, have you got all the clues?
Certainly have. It's Brett James.
Oh, solid guess, Paul, but it is incorrect.
Solid guess.
Steve, I'm not a very good fisherman. Oh, that's a bit too in. I played 95 games for Adelaide.
Chad Rintoul?
No, sorry, Steve. Good guess. James from Crafers. I had four.
I haven't heard all the clues. What are they, please,
Okay,
Stephen?
I'm a Collingwood 6-footer. I played wing, half forward, half back, so a bit of a utility. I had 14 touches in the 97 prelim, grand final, and I had 4 in the 98 grand final. Who am I?
Oh. Chad Rintoul.
Just had him.
Chad Rintoul.
No, sorry, James. I also had he played 95 games for Adelaide. We've got Adrian at Enfield. I started with number 9 and I moved to number 5.
Ooh. At the Adelaide Football Club.
Correct.
Kim Costa?
Yeah.
Oh, good get, Adrian. Good get. Well done.
Now he's down at 187. He's not a
No.
6-footer.
He's 182 in Wikipedia.
Okay. All right. Hey, Adrian, guess what?
I am going to the footy.
Yes. and Adrian, get there early.
Yep,
absolutely get there early because they're saying it's going to be a record crowd. So stay on the line. We'll get your details. Grab a mate. Off you go.
Awesome. Thank you.
How good's that?
God.
Love giving stuff away.
That is awesome. And thanks to 7 as well. Every Crows game is live and free on 7 and 7 Plus. So stop paying and start watching.
Yeah.
I love our listeners. Row! Neil Diamond wrote Red Red Wine in 1967. Your favourite song, isn't it, John? Well, that's wine. It's not drugs. Red Red Wine's about...
It's wine.
Is that a code word for a drug, is it?
No. I don't think he added...
Neil Diamond is not in the same breath as Snoop Dogg.
Well, no, they're different artists.
Neil Diamond is a clean living family man.
Yeah. But he's definitely had a red wine.
Yeah, he is. Hello, Dave.
Mate, we're at...
Hello. Yes. Hi, guys.
Yo.
You were just talking about the Beechwood home. I live 100 metres from there.
How good is it?
Oh, wow. How good, Dave. It's a great area.
When you're up here again, you can pop around for a coffee.
All right. Just leave your address with our producer, will you?
I wanted to ring you before Dillon was on, but I just wanted to bring up, they talk about a fair competition, but you never see Collingwood or Carlton going to Tasmania. You always see the WA teams there going twice, doing the hard lifting. And you never see Collingwood play at Geelong. He talks about fair. Well, it's all about the money, isn't it?
And Dave, it's a very good point in that, recently where they've had this opening round, which I do not like because it's got a 0 on it, but they've made Collingwood go up north. They've now said, no, we're not going anymore.
Yeah.
Can you believe that?
Oh,
you don't get a choice, mate. You go where the AFL wants you to go, but apparently they do.
Crows team will drop at 10-5, as yours will. There was
10-6.
rumours being circulated that Murphy was in for Pedler. We had Riley O'Brien on that hit it on the head.
Oh.
Sean's got, guys, is Murphy really in for Pedler? Question mark. If so, I'm putting an extra 50 on Collingwood.
Riley O'Brien said
Hit
he
it on the
trained
head.
with him last night and he didn't see any hamstring
But where
injury.
did that rumour come from? What a dopey thing to say.
Well, we don't know yet, but we're just saying that through Rob, and
He said he's playing.
He said he didn't do it last night.
That's a silly rumour. Hello, Alan.
Hello, how you going?
Good, Alan.
Yeah, look, Neil Baum, his name was mentioned at the start of the season and haven't really heard a lot since. Now, Neil, he had been involved with Collingwood and Geelong, and everywhere he seems to go, it what just turns to gold. What's the gist of it all?
Oh, well, I think Barmy be the first to say everything was in place when he got there. He's now inherited what he has, but what he's brilliant at is when he sits on committees, he's an inquisitive man, he's a knowledgeable man, he's speaking always from experience, and the beautiful thing about Barmy, and I said this when they got him, he'll just say, keep going, you're doing the right thing. To hear it from him, who's been there, done that, seen it, that's as good as coming up with a new idea and you implement it.
Yeah.
Hey, Nixie, you're going all right. Stay the course. You know what I mean? So his impact would be, well, I'm not going to say nothing. Of course, it's something.
A small percentage.
But this is on.
You know, a month
Matty
ago,
Nix.
I interviewed him.
Yeah.
And spoke to him exactly about what have you found, what have you seen, all the rest of it. Seeing great signs compared to what you've seen in other successful clubs and the like. And he said that he felt that there was great communication between all areas. That was the first thing he picked up and said that we haven't got a problem there. The communication between all areas and the way it should be is happening already. So he was really big on that, and he was hot on the fact that it was working well at the Crows.
Yeah, and I think if you want to give credit, the credit starts with a bloke the name of Tim Silvers, who had all the pressure on him to make change. He backed in his people and his strategy, backed by the board. The board then, with the executive going out and getting Murray Davis. Now, you'd have to say if there was a massive lift, it has to have been Murray Davis and the coach, Matty Nix. Full credit to the two of them. The three blokes they brought in have been terrific.
Yeah.
But I think it's Nixie has to get the credit.
Let's go to Ranella. G'day, Robert.
100%.
G'day there.
Rob.
Boys, hey, listen, you're not on the gunja tonight, are you?
No, not tonight, Rob.
I've never had it, Rob. I've had a marijuana cookie and that was it. It was fed to me.
And I heard smoking stunts your growth, Rob. So
Yeah,
I've
so Timmy didn't.
I've avoided it like
Hey,
the plague.
Rob, we were clean skins, mate. Clean skins.
Oh, were you? Well, it didn't sound like it to me, but never mind. I'm a bit funny. Listen, this first of all, the entertainment at the grand final is absolutely, as far as I'm concerned, a disaster. You're paying all these money out when you've got Australian artists that can do the same thing. It's not going to put any more bums on the seats because the auditorium is full as it is. The other thing that I can't understand is how the Tasmanian government are basically in so much debt it's not funny, and yet they're talking about building that great big stadium, which I reckon if the grand final was there, they'd be battling to fill it.
Mm.
That's just my point of view.
No, Rob,
I think it's just a waste of money.
Okay. We're going to speak to Eddie Maguire tomorrow, who's actually presenting to the government about exactly the opportunities of a stadium and a 19th licence. So, Rob, we'll put it to him, mate. Thanks for that.
Teams are going to drop on the other side of this ad break too, so stick around, Crows and Port fans. We'll have them for you first. It's 15 minutes to 6. Here's your roads.
G'day there at Dry Creek, a crash, Cavan Road near Grand Junction Road, Highbury, Burst Watermain, Lower North East Road near Torrens Road, slow for works at Port Adelaide, St Vincent Street near Commercial Road, and getting busy at Door Park for works, Goodwood Road near Grange Road. Cameras John Rice Avenue, Elizabeth South and Main North Road at Salisbury Park. For your chance to win a Royal Adelaide Show Family Pass, purchase a jug or 2 glasses of any Coca-Cola variety of faster pasta to go in the draw. T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
Crows big man Riley O'Brien joins Rowey and Timmy G each week on the 5AA Sports Show.
Find
Find out what's going on at Westlakes thanks to Harvey Norman Clearance Centre. Cooking appliances, washing machines, dishwashers, TVs and more. 919 Marion Road, Marion.
Hello, darlings. Celebrate the festive season in style at this year's Cabaret Christmas at Adelaide Convention Centre. A spectacular lineup of show-stopping entertainment with Adelaide's hottest party bands and, best of all, me, Hans, your MC. So gather your workmates or your friends as we toast the season with an all-inclusive 3-course dinner package. Don't miss Cabaret Christmas. Book now via the Adelaide Convention Centre website.
Australia, the wait is over. AC/DC are back. Power up at the BP Adelaide Grand Final, Sunday, November 30. One of the world's greatest rock bands, AC/DC, with special guests Amel and the Sniffers. Limited premium concert viewing tickets into areas A and B still available. All tickets include access to the BP Adelaide Grand Final on Sunday. Tickets at Ticketmaster.
This station endorses the Commercial Radio Codes of Practice. We are regulated by this code, which covers live hosted entertainment, news and current affairs, advertising, the promotion of gambling during live sports, Australian music quotas, and material not suitable for broadcast. The Code of Practice has been registered by the Australian Communications and Media Authority. If you'd like a copy, contact this station or download it from the Commercial Radio and Audio website at cra.au.
Well, if you're thinking about buying a new car, the time to do it is now.
Right.
During the Agostino Mitzi demo clearance sale. Get in quick, please.
Yeah, look, I ran into Agostino's the other day and I said to...
Chris and the team?
Yeah, Chris and the team. And I said, what's happening over there? He said, mate, way overstocked. So all demos must go. And there's no time like the present, he said, to get that car you've been dreaming of. And I know you have been. Now, you could get it for a lot less and you could be driving away in a feature-packed Mitsubishi demo.
They don't come around every day.
No.
And they're overstocked.
This is a good time to buy.
So I reckon you've got them a little bit desperate.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Would you say that?
Take advantage.
Timmy.
Take advantage.
You can take advantage of Chris and his team.
Likes it.
Yeah, loves it.
Thrives off it.
There's no shortage of great options available. And the thing everyone's been loving, and I live this is a dead set, absolute selling point. Every demo vehicle comes with its own 10-year warranty and 10-year capped price servicing. You know what? That is outstanding.
Don't know how they keep doing it.
That is a saving.
Nobody else can do it. They do it. Agostino Mitsubishi's demo clearance sale is on now, but only while stocks last. Head to Agostino Mitsubishi Nailsworth and Mawson Lakes today.
Life's a journey. As you grow older, every step should bring you more of what you want. And at ECH, they understand that. As one of SA's largest retirement living and home care providers, ECH offers more in every sense. More help at home, more support with your health, or the perfect new home to downsize to. ECH won't tell you where you should be, but they'll always support you to get more out of life. Visit ech.asn.au or call ECH today.
Hey, it's Lauren here from Adelaide. And if you're like me and you love a good bargain from your local chemist, check out Star Discount Chemist. They're all about great value and helping your family stay healthy. Go in store or online for click and collect and delivery. Star Discount Chemist. How can we help?
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
It's 10 minutes to 6. We will very shortly be chatting to our AFLW coaches. Lauren Arnell's going to join us and Doc Clark from the Adelaide Crows in his final season. They both play their season openers on Sunday. The teams have just dropped for this weekend. Adelaide has made 4 changes. Just going through them. So Lachlan Murphy does come into the team for Luke Pedler. Chase Jones comes into the goes out of the side for Harry Schonberg. Brodie Smith comes in for Rory Laird, who's suspended, and Taylor Walker will replace Chris Burgess. Rowey, your initial thoughts?
I am flabbergasted.
So is there an injury against any of those or omitted?
So
Looks
omitted
like Pedler
Jones,
might be injured, is he?
Pedler injured. That's what it says on the
Laird
list.
reported and Burgess dropped. So let's go through it again. Walker for Burgess. Smith comes in for Laird. Schonberg, I'm wrapped for him. Comes in for, obviously, a Jones or a Pedler, and Murphy's back in the team. So all those rumours that were coming through on the text line, can I make a sincere apology? I called them clowns, idiots, knobs. How the hell, man?
And one change for Port Adelaide.
Yeah.
Lockie Jones comes back in after being ill last week, and Jack Lukosius, obviously, with the calf goes out.
Yeah, we said that in the pre-game, that probably just Lockie for Jack, and Whitlock will stay in and play the forward role.
Can I do Collingwood's team? Because we're wondering whether Bobby Hill would play.
That's
right. He's not in, but Bo McCreary's back. Now, he is lightning quick. Will Parker's in, and Edward Allen.
Three big outs, though, for Collingwood.
Oh,
Tom
Hoskin
Mitchell
Elliott omitted. Tom Mitchell omitted. And Jeremy Howe, obviously, had that concussion early in the game. 3 in, 3 out.
Hoskin Elliott, he didn't touch it. He's subbed out, I reckon. So Tom Mitchell struggled as well. So, you'd be happy Bobby Hill's not coming in.
Yeah. Totally.
You don't have to worry about that matchup, Rowey.
Sam Walsh returns for Carlton as well against Port Adelaide. So just the one change for the Blues also as we get ourselves set for a massive weekend of EPL action.
Oh, absolutely are. And I'll tell you what, you can catch it all on Stan Sport. It's the new Premier League season. Kicks off Saturday from 3:30am. That's our time. Live and on demand with 4K on new home of football, Stan Sport. We welcome the expert, Mark Bosnich. G'day, mate.
Boz.
Good evening, gentlemen. How are you?
We can't believe it's here. That's gone lightning. Wow.
Oh, it does. It does. The off-season goes very, very quickly, and especially when they had that World Club Championship as well. But you're right. We're very honoured and privileged at Stan and Channel 9 to have the rights to the Premier League and to the FA Cup, the oldest cup competition on the world. And for those who don't know as well, on Saturday night, the second game, you mentioned the first game is Liverpool versus Bournemouth, but the second game will be live on free-to-air from 9 o'clock your time. That's Aston Villa versus Newcastle. So live on Channel 9 from 9 o'clock. Simulcast, obviously, with Stan. But for those who want to get a taste of what is the greatest sporting competition in the world, please tune in. And like you said, it's come around very, very quick. And you watch, by the time the end of the season comes and we're onto the World Cup, you're like, wow, that just went through like you wouldn't believe because it does go very fast.
Boz, I'm starting right here. We'll get to Man City and Liverpool, the reigning champs, and whether Man United can fight back. I hope Tottenham Hotspurs get relegated and have a crap year.
There was a lot of sentiment like that, especially after this morning when they were winning in the Super Cup, which is the Europa League champions versus the Champions League, which is Paris. So Spurs were up 2-0, and it was quite evident Paris had only come back a week ago because of that World Club Championship, and they were a little bit off the ball, but there was a lot of people who echoed that sentiment of yours this morning when Paris scored basically in the 85th and the 92nd minute, and then won on penalties as well. But look, what Tottenham did show is that they will be a lot more solid defensively, but what they give away in terms of that being more solid defensively, they didn't look as potent, not even half as potent as they did under Ange as well.
What about the surprises? Is there anybody going to surprise us? I thought Nottingham Forest surprised us last year.
Yeah, they did, and we had the biggest surprise ever, right, in 2016 when Leicester come from nowhere and won the title. But there will. I mean, you call them surprises. I call them disruptors. Now, the one surprise that I think, is it a surprise or not? Because we always talk about them, but we've been sort of saying for nearly 12 years now, when's it going to be their time to get back to, will be Manchester United. They spent very heavily and very wisely, in my opinion, in the summer. They got Brian Mbeumo in from Brentford. They got Matheus Cunha in from Wolverhampton Wanderers. And this young boy I want everybody to watch out for, Benjamin Šeško. He's a Slovenian. He is the only player. He's the top scorer for the last 2 seasons in Europe for any player under the age of 23. And he signed from RB Leipzig, 6'5" he is, so that's 195 centimetres. So I think that after last season's debacle, 15th place, they will, like I said, I don't know if you call it surprise, but they will definitely shock. There'll be other teams as well, like there were last season, like your Brightons, maybe not so much Bournemouth as they lost their back four, people like Fulham, who are, I call the ultimate disruptors. And Aston Villa can probably join that, even though Aston Villa will go close to getting into the top four. Newcastle have got to sort their situation out with their leading scorer, Alexander Isak. Now, he's said he's had a bid put in for him by Liverpool, which was refused by the club, rightfully so. He's got 3 years left of his contract, and he was the Premier League's second top scorer last season. But in the last couple of days, he's told Newcastle he will not play until they let him go. So watch out for that, and that could have a really bad effect on the team as well in terms of morale.
Don't know what it is. We have a lot of Arsenal fans here. Can they go close?
They can. Now, the three teams that definitely can win it, I think Chelsea are a dark horse as well, but let's think of the three teams that definitely can win it. Manchester City, Liverpool, and the team you just mentioned, Arsenal. Now, they've also spent heavily, but they've spent, you could say, on players that will have a less of an effect on the way that they play than perhaps Manchester City, who are rebuilding, and Liverpool, who have really replaced 4 players in the way they play. Arsenal will play very, very similar to what they have been playing. They've been runners-up the last 3 seasons, and they got to the semi-finals of the Champions League as well. And they've added Gyökeres, which is a Swedish striker who played for Sporting Lisbon in Portugal last year. He scored 54 goals in 52 games.
Wow.
So he's a prolific number 9. And another guy from Real Sociedad in Spain called Zubamendi, who will really complement that midfield with Partey going. They will go close, but they might be the biggest challenges, in my opinion, that Liverpool have, because they haven't had to change too much. Like I said, Manchester City are rebuilding, and they've got a whole lot of young players in. Liverpool, who have spent the most, they've got one of the best players right now in the world in Florian Wirtz, but they're going to have to change the way they play because they've got another 3 signings, Frimpong coming for Alexander-Arnold, and a guy called Hugo Ekitike, who played for Eintracht Frankfurt against Spurs last season, and a left-back called Kirkes. But they're going to have to change the way they play a little bit. That could take a little bit of time. Remember, if you start losing more than 5-6 games, it's very, very difficult for you to finish on top at the end of the season.
Well, we're looking forward to it. It all starts off here on Stan Sport with our expert, Mark.
Stan and Channel 9.
And Channel 9. You can catch the Aston Villa-Newcastle game live on Channel 9.
Correct.
So get on board. It's going to be sensational. We're going to have a great year watching that. Hey, Boz, appreciate it. And we look forward to speaking during the year.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much for having me. Make sure everybody, I want to hear by Christmas, whether you support the sport of soccer or not, I want you to adopt the team for this season. I want to hear who your team is.
Done.
So make sure you call in and tell the boys which team you're supporting and why.
Excellent. Thanks, Boz. I appreciate your time.
Mark Bosnich from Stan Sport. It's going to be a massive, massive year ahead. Just some teams for you before we get to the 6 o'clock news for the AFLW as well, because there's first round of them playing, and we have the 2 coaches coming up after the news. So for the Crows, you'll see India Rashid play her first game, and Kaylee Cronin, who's an Irish recruit. So that's an exciting time to see those.
That's Roger Rashid's daughter.
It is.
Big raps on her coming through as a junior. So going to be a one to watch there, and can't wait to poach her.
That's right. Hannah Ewings from Port Adelaide has come across the Crows. She could feature along with Grace Kelly from the Saints, and Chelsea Randall won't play for Adelaide. She's got a long-standing family commitment overseas, so won't feature in round 1. For Port Adelaide, Jasmine Soden, who's a young 18-year-old, she'll make her debut, which is exciting. Ella Heads from the Swans comes across, will play, and Gemma Houghton will be in her 75th AFLW game. And Indy Tahu, who missed last year with an ACL, will play as well. So we can go through all of that next with Matthew Clark and Lauren Arnell.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Adelaide Crows gun recruit Alex Neil-Bullen joins David and Will for the 2025 AFL season.
Alex Neil-Bullen.
Hear Alex's unique insights thanks to ACET Transport. If your business needs something delivered anywhere in Australia, don't risk it. ACET. ACETtransport.au.
This is the sound of Emma unwasting that third fruit by turning it into a super smoothie. And this is the sound of Tom unwasting last night's dinner by turning it into a free lunch. And this is the sound of Alice unwasting by finally cooking the right amount of pasta. Australia, together we can turn food waste around. Start unwasting at thegreatunwaste.com.au.
Local news and information first. This is 5AA News. Always Adelaide.
Clear tonight and showers easing tomorrow, a high of 16. With the 6 o'clock news, I'm Kendall Brettig.
Sportal, South Australian sports hardware and software for elite and community clubs.
A Hindley Street business has been gutted by fire just a day from opening for the first time. Firefighters were called to Midnight Fries after it burst into flames just after 2 this afternoon. Luckily, no one was inside. Witnesses say it was frightening.
We were standing there, all of a sudden the whole shop exploded, all flames come out, it was all collapsing, firefighters rocked up.
The damage bill is at least $400,000. Women's participation in the nation's jobs market has hit an all-time high, according to new Bureau of Statistics figures. The unemployment rate has fallen slightly to 4.2% in July, while the participation rate hit more than 63% for women, meaning more are either looking for work or working than ever before. But AMP Chief Economist Shane Oliver says there are two sides to the story.
There's potentially a negative aspect to it, and that is more and more women are being forced to enter the workforce because of families struggling with their mortgages. But the reality is also that more and more women are out there finding jobs and feeling empowered to go and get them and maintain careers.
Building reforms could be a key focus of the government's economic roundtable next week in a bid to speed up housing construction. Zach De Silva reports.
Business and union leaders will meet with experts and government officials next week to discuss ways to improve sluggish economic growth. A leaked Treasury document shows the department already preparing for possible outcomes, including a pause on changes to construction regulations and using AI to cut red tape. Prime Minister Anthony Albanese insists the government isn't ruling anything in or out.
We're not playing this game. There's a meeting next week.
Opposition leader Susan Lee says the outcomes of the summit appear to be preordained.
This whole exercise is being choreographed.
State and federal treasurers will meet on Friday in the lead-up to next week's roundtable.
The state government's algal bloom task force met again today. Premier Peter Malinauskas says latest testing show things haven't really changed.
Across those same 17 sites, 7 have increased, 5 have decreased and 5 remain steady. So, which is consistent with what we saw last week. Some will go up, some will go down. What we're seeing with the algae is that it pulsates.
David Stratton, the Australian film critic who appeared on our screens alongside Margaret Pomerantz for almost 3 decades, has died at the age of 85. His family says he died in hospital not far from his Blue Mountains home. They're asking fans to celebrate his life by watching their favourite movie or by watching his favourite, Singin' in the Rain. While flags are flying at half-mast at MFS stations after the death of Commander Adrienne Clark from cancer, she became the state's first female firefighter in 1987 and was a pioneer for women in firefighting, paving the way for others to follow. The headline acts for this year's Harvest Rock have finally been announced, with American country music star Jelly Roll playing on the Sunday amid his first ever Australian tour.
I'm a lost cause. Baby, don't waste your time on me. I'm so damaged beyond repair. Life has shattered my hopes and my dreams.
The Strokes and the War on Drugs will headline on the Saturday. Tickets go on sale next week. Now I'm turning to 5AA Sport.
Meet Crows Ben Keys and Port's Alira Lear at Sportscard World's Trade Day this Sunday at Regent Arcade.
The Crows have made 4 changes for Saturday night's blockbuster clash against Collingwood. Taylor Walker returns to the lineup after being managed for the trip to Perth. Midfielder Harry Schonberg will make his first AFL appearance of the season and will play the role of substitute. Veteran defender Brodie Smith also returns, replacing the suspended Rory Laird, and Lockie Murphy will play his first game at AFL level since round 14. Luke Pedlar drops out after suffering a hamstring strain at training on Wednesday night, and Chris Burgess has been omitted, while Port Adelaide has made 1 change, with Lockie Jones in to play Carlton for Jack Lukosius, who's out injured. The AFLW season kicks off shortly, with Carlton and Collingwood facing off and the Eagles playing the Suns. AFL boss Andrew Dillon has defended the timing near the finals of the men's comp. He says finishing the women's season in November is the right time.
We work backwards from there, and there will be, this will be the first time that we've had overlap at the start of the season of the women's with the men's. And so it's a test for us. But what we also want to do is just give some consistency. So we've locked in this time period for the foreseeable future.
Both the Crows and Power play on Sunday. And Cooper Connolly has been brought into the Australian one-day squad as a replacement for Mitch Owen, who's being rested under concussion protocols. The series against South Africa begins on Tuesday in Cairns. Now checking 5AA traffic.
Whether your block's the size of Adelaide Oval or the Gold Square, customise your build with Sterling Homes.
Albert Park, a crash. West Lakes Boulevard near the train station. Dry Creek, a crash there too. Getting cleaned up. No great delays though. Cavan Road near Green Junction Road. And a burst automated hybrid low on North East Road near Torrens Road. Camera, Malala Road 2 Wells tonight. At Target, shop 20% off Lily Loves clothing and women's activewear in-store or online. While stocks last, ends August 17. That's right on Target. Exclude swimwear, T's and C's apply. Adelaide's most accurate traffic on 5AA.
Get the Toyota Forklift Advantage. Visit toyotamaterialhandling.com.au.
Mostly clear tonight, down to 11, then showers easing tomorrow, a high of 16. Showers increasing again on Saturday, 14, and showers for Sunday, 15. At the moment, 18. Now let's hear what's happening
Thank
on
you,
Nine
I'm Brenton
News
Brackless. Tonight, a Harley Street restaurant has been ravaged by fire just a day out from opening. A man has fronted court on serious charges after a carjacking and police chase across Adelaide. And Australians are spending around 11% more a week on their grocery bill. Don't worry, you haven't missed the news. Start over on 9 now as soon as you're home.
For 125 years, Calvary has walked beside South Australians through life's most personal moments with quiet strength, deep compassion and unwavering care. Whether it's lending a hand at home or in hospital or providing comfort in later years, Calvary's people bring heart to every interaction. In every home, in every story, Calvary continues to be a steady, reassuring presence, a legacy of care shaped by those we serve. Calvary, celebrating 125 years of caring for the South Australian community.
The SA Weekend Escapes travel voucher giveaway is back. That's right. SA Weekend Escapes is giving away $75 travel vouchers for your next winter getaway at over 20 hotels across South Australia. Think the Riverland, Port Lincoln, Kangaroo Island, or even a coastal stay at Glenelg. It's your voucher, your choice, your escape. So what are you waiting for? Visit saweekendescapes.com.au and grab your $75 travel voucher today. T's and C's apply.
And here is your room. Have a nice day.
This can't be the place. Is that the bed? Oh, gross!
Nothing like a bug symphony to set the mood. Luckily for you, I can't play any instruments. Next time, chat with an RAA travel agent so you don't have to hang with Sir Chirps a lot over here.
Book an appointment with RAA travel agents and elevate your holiday. RAA, it's better to be a member.
Shot, Georgie.
Stay on him, Ashy.
Well done, Georgie.
Come on, Ashy.
Get him,
Go,
Georgie.
Ashy.
Go
now.
Ashy.
Ashy,
Run. Pick your head up. Get after him.
Jeez. You know what's more competitive than those two? Hyundai's offers. Across a wide range of new and demonstrator models like the Dynamic Tucson. From $39,990 drive away, it's game on at your participating Hyundai dealer today. T's and C's and exclusions at hyundai.com.au.
Streaming live via the 5AA Player app on DAB Digital Radio and on 1395 AM. This is 5AA, always Adelaide. The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
9 minutes after 6 here on this Thursday night. You can watch us live on the Wayville Hyundai live stream. We're streaming on Facebook and YouTube, and you can visit Wayville Hyundai and take a test drive today to find your perfect Hyundai car at Goodwood Road, Wayville.
Well, we're looking forward to this. AFLW Season 10 kicks off tonight. Crows take on St Kilda in Melbourne. That is on Sunday. When are you playing, Timmy?
On Sunday,
You are
3:40.
Freo joining us. Well, for his last dance, we're hearing his Crows coach, Matty Clark. Doc, welcome.
G'day, Rowey. How you going?
Good, my man. Gee, it comes around quick, doesn't it?
Certainly does. You're a little bit faint. I can only just hear you, but anyway, I'll battle on.
Should we turn ourselves up or should you turn yourself up, Doc?
Might be my phone.
No, you're right.
Anyway, let's go.
Hey, only one player injured on the injury list. Sadly, Georgie's done an ACL, so you're fit and healthy other than her?
Absolutely, yeah. No, we've had a really good pre-season from a
from an availability point of view and also from a performance point of view, although our form in the 2 scratch matches is probably not quite where we want it to be.
Okay. Well, I'll get to that because I see you gave Melbourne a 5-goal head start. Interested in how Indy Rashid is progressing. I know it's her first year wearing number 8. We're close to the family. How is she?
No, she's doing really well, Rowey. Yeah, she's
Excellent.
obviously a highly talented junior, but she's making the transition to senior football, pretty smoothly. Clearly, she's been playing in the AFLW, but it is a fair step up the next level. But I reckon she's got all the attributes and the work ethic to make that leap pretty quickly.
Will she debut this week?
She's a fair chance.
Rog didn't ask me to ask that, by the way.
No,
that was just me.
Hey, Doc, I know it is no secret that you are finishing up at the end of this season. How have you, or will you, address that and make sure that it's not an issue?
Yeah, look, I have sort of addressed it a number of times. It's been good because it's given us something to talk about while we've been waiting for the footy to come around.
Yeah.
But in truth, it's really been a non-issue within the group pretty much for 9 months. It's got a little bit more traction over the last little while as it's sort of become public. But reality is, I'd be really flat if anyone was going about their business any differently because of that, and that hasn't been the case. So from myself right through the whole program, we're onto it, we're into it, and we are as excited as we have been about any season. And the fact that there might be change at the end of the year is basically irrelevant because that's then and this is now.
You've been one of the most consistent sides since the induction of AFLW. Last year you made another prelim. How much more do you think you need to jump up to sort of get over the top of a North Melbourne, Brisbane type?
Yeah, so we lost to North by 7 and 8 points in the 2 times we played them last year, and they were the standout team. And we've had some challenges with Brizzy over the years as well. So, but we just keep putting ourselves in the frame. But in terms of how much do we need to improve, I think every year you have to improve 10% just to stay relevant. And then, of course, we've got to bridge that extra gap, which is, let's say another 5. So with 15%, we should be around the mark.
Now, we believe 3-time premiership star, she certainly is that. She can play forward, back, actually anywhere. Chelsea Randall's not available for selection. When's she due back?
Yeah, she'll be back next week, but she won't be playing this week, which is obviously a challenge for our group. She's about as good a player as you've seen in the comp over many, many years. So we'd love to have her, but not this week. So that's probably our only deficit going into round 1, but we'll overcome.
Okay, and our Irish recruit, Kaylee Cronin?
Yes,
doing well?
Another debutant this week.
Good.
And she'll play in the number 22. She's a competitor, a fierce competitor, and she's got a really strong history in Gaelic. She was the equivalent of the Norm Smith medalist in their final last year, and can certainly adapt well to our game, I think, over a pretty short duration. But it is a completely different game, and thus far she's played twice. So there's still a learning curve there, but she's got some attributes.
Been drinking the same Kool-Aid as the Crows senior men's because they gave Hawthorn a 5-goal head start. You guys gave Melbourne a 5-goal head start. You did sort of like peg them back. The starts aren't a problem. There's not a big enough sample size for that, but I guess you'd want to get away to a good one on the weekend.
Oh, yeah, always. Yeah. No, look, I think both our games, we've actually played decent footy through the first quarter. Had a fair chunk of the ball in our half and probably just didn't maximise our opportunities. So, but offensively, I'm not too concerned. I think mainly over the first 2 weeks, probably just some of our defensive shape and a little bit of our pressure probably hasn't been at the level that we expect of ourselves. So that's the challenge of round 1. And what I do know about the group is they tend to respond pretty effectively when they're performed below the standard they sort of expect of themselves. So we'll see.
Yeah, Doc, as always, thanks for your time. All the best round 1.
Good on you, boys. Get around it. It's going to be a great season.
Yeah, well done. Doc Clark there. It is season 10, and it comes around quick. Crows will take on St Kilda in Melbourne on Sunday.
It's 15 after 6. On the other side of this break, we'll speak to Port Adelaide's AFLW head coach, Lauren Arnell.
The 5AA Sports Show with Rowey and Timmy G.
Get a coach's perspective each week on the 5AA Sports Show when Rowey and Timmy G chat with Scott Camporeale for Coach's Corner. Thanks to Unique Homestyle Foods, proudly baking for hundreds of South Australian businesses for 35 years. See the difference.
Hi, I'm Dr. Benji from the Child and Adolescent Virtual Urgent Care Service. You know, a hospital might not always be the best place to get the right care. There are now more care options available than ever, like 24/7 pharmacies, urgent care clinics, and virtual care services with people like me. It's all part of building a bigger health system. To find out what's happening near you, visit biggerhealthsystem.sa.gov.au.
A message from the Government of South Australia.
If you're handling a loved one's deceased estate, it can feel overwhelming. With Anderson Solicitors, you don't have to face it alone. Probate, letters of administration, distributing assets, even resolving disputes between beneficiaries. The Andersons Wills and Estates team can guide you through the complexities, helping you meet all of your legal obligations. If you need help finalising an estate, contact Anderson Solicitors. Help when you need it.
Levita is the absolute treasure, and we don't use that word lightly in the West. Do yourself a favour, pop in for a mouth-watering lunch or dinner. Once you have, you'll do what we do, go back again and again and again. And you know what? Their benchmark is like that all the time.
That's why I tell you, that's
marinara.
What makes a great player, consistency.
It is.
Levita the same. Mouth-watering Italian cuisine. The entire range of the pizzas from the pizzeria are unbelievable. You can drive by now because they fire up the pizza oven at 5. You can dine in or just take a couple with you on the way home.
What I love about Levita is their warm, friendly family atmosphere, their staff, the entire team. They'll remember your name when you go in there. Yeah. I reckon that's just, that's caring.
Oh, and caring is sharing, and that's what you got to do. Share some food at Levita. It's fantastic, and you could do it. It's the perfect place for functions because they do birthdays, christenings, engagements, weddings, best and fairest, you name it. And what you can do, you can get up to 200 guests in one of their areas, but there's 3 separate areas that are available to cater for. Like I said, it can be anything, a birthday, you name it.
I like the back room where they got, is it a mural that looks like you're in Venice?
Mural.
Muriel's wedding?
No, not
mural.
Mural. No, just a mural.
Okay, they got one of them too. Levita, open Tuesday to Sunday for lunch and dinner. 342 Grange Road, Kidman Park. You know what? You'll love it.
Come on in.
We open our doors to people we trust and care about. And for over 90 years, South Australians have been opening their doors to Rest Haven. In turn, we've been opening doors to an easier, better life at home. From personal care to help with the shopping and social outings, you'll welcome the care that Rest Haven brings.
How many times a day do you experience hand or wrist pain? If simple things like cooking, holding a cup of tea or coffee, and recreational activities are giving you pain, do something about it. At Grip Surgery, we specialise in hand trauma, carpal tunnel syndrome, osteoarthritis, joint replacement, sports injuries, nerve pain, and more. To get a grip on the life you loved before, free from hand pain, visit gripsurgery.com.au. That's gripsurgery.com.au.
Here at 5AA, we're all about supporting local. Give dinner a spin at Roulette's Tavern. Every Tuesday night, grab a schnitty for only $17. Roulette's Tavern, next to Pal's, Kings Road, Parafield.
Rowey and Timmy G, the 5AA Sports Show.
It's 19 minutes after 6. We just spoke to the Crows head coach of the AFLW, Matthew Clark. Timmy?
Well, let's head to Alberton and speak to the coach down there of Port Adelaide's AFLW side, Lauren Arnell. Welcome back.
Thank you, guys. Great to chat.
Yeah, look, you've had your pre-season. We know everybody's fitter and faster and all that business. But just from our history, we've had 3 seasons now, and it's built up. Well, it exploded last year with a prelim final. Where do you think you are right now? Because that, I got to say, that one jumped right off the page for me, and it was excellent to watch.
Yeah, it certainly was exciting last year to go on an 8-game winning streak in just our 3rd season as an expansion team. And I think, if anything, that builds belief amongst our playing group and our coaching group to continue to charge into this season, and also have some real understanding that we are in our 4th season and we get some strong belief and some strong understanding of what we're capable of from last year, and then also an importance of digging in the off-season and the pre-season that's just gone.
Tell us about the newcomers. I heard you mention Jazz Soden has had a reasonable pre-season and looks like she might be up for selection. But there's a few others like Lauren Young who I felt robbed not being able to play with her knee and how she rehabbed and the like. So how are they all gone now? Ex-captain Janelle, of course, had to recover from a knee.
Yeah, unfortunately, we've had a few ACL injuries in the last 12 to 18 months, but one who's come good and is absolutely live for selection this week is Indy Tahoe, and we're really excited about her, originally for South Adelaide kid. Jazz Soden from Buchan in Victoria is a very, very long way away and has been really impressive since the day she walked into the footy club. And, yeah, I think looking forward to that crew coming in. And Lauren Young, I think she's probably about a month away. She's just launched into full contact training this week and is an absolutely exciting talent, and someone, as you guys would know, won the League BNF in the SNFLW a couple of years ago.
Yes, absolute gun. Looking forward to her finally getting on the park for us. I felt like there was still a gap between us and, say, the Kangaroos, who obviously won the competition and were outstanding. You feel like you can fill that this year?
That's a fair call. I think the Kangaroos showed they were by far the best team in the comp last year and really untouchable. I think Geelong got close to them early in the season and it was probably too early for them to get that shock. I think some really good teams get a late season shock before finals, but they got an early one and really just went from there. So undefeated all of last year, and we certainly were taught a lesson in that prelim final, and I think some really clear understanding of the gap between us and North, and I think what we can expect this year is to bridge that gap. Whether we're ready to completely climb that mountain this year, we'll find out in about a week's time when we play them at Arden Street round 2.
You lost a lot of experience, but it was your younger brigade that really drove the standards and the success with that running streak, wasn't it, Lauren? So are you happy with the experience you got in the team and the leadership?
Yeah, I think, to be fair, obviously we had Erin Phillips as our first signed player, and since Erin retired, we've seen Ange Foley retire at the end of last year as well. We don't have a huge amount of experienced players in our team, but what we do have is Gemma Houghton playing her 75th game in the league this weekend, which is really exciting. And
against her old club.
Players like Matilda Scholes and Shanae Goody really coming through into their third and second years respectively as really young players. So, yeah, I think there's an exciting balance and also, an importance to build some continuity in a young group and games together. What we do know is we average about 20 games less as a group than the likes of Brisbane and North Melbourne, and that's something that's front of mind for me as senior coach, is making sure we get a lot of games into a young group together and build that cohesion as a team.
Round 1 is FIVEAA. It's Sunday at Alberton Oval. That's a 3:40 start. Tell us about some of the new recruits. We're hearing a lot about Jasmine Evans.
Yeah, Jazz Evans, kid from Central Districts, supremely talented footballer. She's had some injury challenges since last year in her draft year for SA and Centrals, but certainly showing plenty of ability and been in a bit of a rehab stage over the pre-season. So we're hoping we can see her at some point this year.
The new captain, Justine Mules-Robinson, how's she going? She enjoying the leadership stuff?
She's been exceptional. I'm not sure if you've met Josie before, but someone everyone
I gave her a call when she got appointed.
That's excellent, Tim. I'm glad to hear that.
No worries.
She's obviously been here since day one of our expansion build and very close friends with Erin Phillips and certainly taken a lot from Erin's leadership and Janelle's from last season as well and just hit the ground running. She was obviously our on-field captain last year when Janelle did her ACL in round 2. So she's been outstanding and I know she'll have a really positive year.
I heard you mention you got 22 players on your list under 21, and Julie Teakle just had her 22nd birthday. So it is a good young list to work with, but a lot of them, as Rowey mentioned, they sort of the ones that sort of stepped up and carried the flag.
That's who drove them,
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a reflection of the talent pathway finally being complete in women's footy, to be fair, guys, and that crew, particularly Goody and Scholes, have come through and been able to play in talent pathways in footy since they were very young, like the boys have. So I think that's a reflection of the standard of young people coming into this competition.
When you got, they say, I got to see it to be it. So they've been doing that since they were kids, which is great.
That's right.
You mentioned Gemma in her 75 game. She's just been she's been a gem for us, hasn't she? The way she's played, the way she's gone about it, her character. And it's a bit of an irony playing against Freo in that game.
Yeah, I think exciting for her, and she'll obviously have her family travel over from Perth to watch it. And yeah, she's a very family-oriented person and heavily connected to our footy club, and just been an exceptional person amongst our group from day one, and someone I really enjoy coaching. I think she'll have an exceptional year as well. She's really put her head down in this off-season as an older player, and shown some real improvements as an athlete as well, which sets her up nicely for this year.
Well, it all starts this weekend on Sunday, 3:40, playing against FIVEAA, and it's going to be at Alberton Oval. So all the best with the season, Lauren.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Excellent. The coach of Port Adelaide
Exciting year
AFLW
ahead.
side, Lauren Arnell. Exciting year ahead. I loved what I saw last year, and I want to see more.
This should be exciting, and we'll have a lot of those games on 5AA this season.
Crows Collingwood Saturday night teams again. Walker's in, Smith's in, Schomburg's in, Murphy's in.
Geez.
Sorry about that.
Rose out.
Yeah, it was hard to say. Burgess, Laird, Pedler and Jones are out.
Okay, Lockie Jones back in for Port Adelaide. Lukosius out with that calf.
26 after 6. Andrew Dillon, the CEO of the AFL, next.
Rowey and Timmy G on the 5AA Sports Show.
David and Will's